Kennedy,
Yeah, I mean, you just said that you
Nixon.
care.
Oh, been lovely talking to you. Or talking with you, I should say.
Well, I appreciate you coming up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a good night. Have a good night.
Okay,
Oh, okay. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Alrighty. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 41.
Do you support Trump? Trump or Kamala Harris? Who would you rather vote for?
Um, Probably neither one.
Criteria listed in the TikTok screen. So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will again help get it out to more people. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Yo, what's up, how old are you? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Someone said I'm trying to be Dean so bad, bro. That's so funny. I was like, you have not been on TikTok for very long, huh? Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would keep Donald Trump.
What's your birth year?
2007.
And you said you're how old again?
18.
And what month were you born?
October.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for? You said Trump, right?
Yeah, I said Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
I would say pretty much his control of the border. I think it's kind of good. And to be honest, I voted for Trump basically because of research. To be honest, on her, it's more on
I have a question.
situation
You're
and
cutting out.
border control. It's more this part, but I don't. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of this, could you give like a reason why you support Trump over them then? Because if you did no research on Kamala Harris, how could you have made a determination of who you voted for in the last election?
Well, like I said, basically, I think the ICE control that Trump has for the country, it's pretty strong and has increased over the years. I know that lately news have been circulating with
I have a
ICE.
question. I have a question. Did you vote for Trump in
Yeah.
2024?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. How old are you? You're 18,
18.
right? What's your birth year?
2007,
What month?
October.
So October 2007.
It's really
so you
close.
just turned 18. So you were 17 when the election happened to get you voted?
Bro, you got me.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I'd say the main reason is, economic things. I support capitalism more than the Democrats have been, going more towards socialism, but also policies like abortion and immigration are very important.
What state do you live in?
I live in Tennessee.
Tennessee? What time is it?
It is 8:21.
And can you name the capital of Tennessee?
Nashville.
Okay. All right, I believe you. So, can you name 3 cities in Tennessee, actually?
I live in Winchester, and then there's Tullahoma, Cookeville, Knoxville, Memphis.
All right. You didn't have to say where you live. I was just trying to clarify specifically. So you're right. So, repeat what you were saying.
No, I'd say the main thing is, I support more capitalism and a free market like Trump, supports, and then I'm for building the wall and if deporting people if they if they're illegals just because I know I love immigrants coming in if they're undocumented immigrants. I mean I love immigration as long as they're legal and that type of stuff, because I think they bring as much benefit because all at one point we came in.
Hey, is it just me, or do you have like a British or Australian accent?
No,
I was
born
like you have a country accent.
No, I'm born and raised in Tennessee.
I'm really confused where I hear the British and Australian.
No.
I want to come back in the stream. I can't hear you.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really hear British and Australian. I apologize. So.
No, yeah, no, I've been here my whole life. Yep,
Okay.
I've been born and raised in Tennessee.
Okay.
But no, I'd say just a lot of the things with Mondani, and that's kind of what the Democratic Party's been kind of leaning towards here recently. It's just it gets a little scary. I don't necessarily agree with Trump on every little thing, especially. I mean, we talk about character a bunch. I mean, you can nitpick his character, and I do agree that I don't, I don't fully trust on everything he's done with his character in his past. And I'm a farmer, and I don't necessarily agree with what he's done with the Argentinian beef, but I think all in all, the free market system and that type of stuff, I do agree.
Okay. So if you want a more free market system, then here'd be my question. Then can you explain why you would support Trump's tariff policy?
That is a tough one. I think he's trying to make it harder for other countries to bring, products in. Which I think you can over tariff at times. I don't agree with him on every single thing as far as that. But I think I don't want to tax the higher end people like the Democrats support, because I think it kind of I don't want to be multi-billionaires having a monopoly over the country, but I think if you tax them so much like they are trying to, Mondani's trying New York, you're going to move them taxpayers out, and then they ain't going to have enough funds,
Okay.
to
We're
support,
talking about the
city.
national level. I don't know why you're talking about Mamdani.
Okay.
So can you please tell me how the Democrats were advocating for tax policy that was going to lead to people moving out of the United States?
Well, not out of the United States, but I'm talking about specific cities with
so then-
Democrats run.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if we're talking about national level politics, we're not talking about local politics, then explain to me how, from a national level, Democrats were advocating for tax policies that would have led to worse conditions.
On a national level, I'd say if Democrats took over more cities, I think it starts at a smaller scale than if you're on a national scale for tax, and then that eventually at some point they would, go to a more opportunity place like Canada or something. But I don't think, with the Republican right now, that wouldn't be an issue.
At what percentage tax rate do you think that happens?
I'd say like the 40 to 50% mark,
40 to 50% mark. So that's not going to happen under the Biden-Harris administration, right? And for the highest levels of income, it would only be a slight tax increase for income over $400,000 a year.
Yeah. No, I do agree with that.
Okay, so then So then, like, it sounds like you agree more with Democratic policy rather than Republicans because Trump passed tariffs, which have a regressive negative impact, meaning it's going to disproportionately raise taxes for low and middle income individuals, raising taxes on the working class.
Yeah. No, I do agree with that.
Okay, so then you agree with the Trump tax policy or the Democrats' tax policy? I can't hear you when you swipe out of the app, just letting you know. Hello? Okay. All right. I can't hear you while you're out of the app, just letting you know. Carrie, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $1. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Christina, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can we have W's for them in the comment section right now? I got to catch up on everyone. I have no clue why they think that, Christina. They just left, by the way, chat. I have no clue why they think that. It's like actually unhinged. It's like they have to create straw mans just to get mad at. Nicholas, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $3 as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nicholas. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. And Nicholas, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Based. Let's go on the next individual, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Sorry, my bad, buddy.
Okay. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
And what's your birth year?
2007. I mean, I'm not going to tell you like the date and all, but 2007.
2007?
Yes.
You can't tell me what month?
I mean, I guess I don't want to put my like birthday out there. I mean,
Practically,
I was born.
no one else has
born
an
in
issue
May.
with this.
Born in May.
Okay. So if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Because I feel like the Democratic Party is trying to take away the right to bear arms. I mean, obviously, the president isn't, but like, I don't want to be aligned with the party that's doing that. But also, I support deportation and abortion, and a lot of the Democratic Party is trying to take that away.
Okay. So you think that Democrats are trying to take away abortion?
Or yes, we'll say that.
No, that's Trump.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, I support no abortion.
Oh, okay. So would you be okay with restricting bodily autonomy to save human life?
Sorry, lobotomy?
Would you be okay with restricting bodily autonomy to save human life?
Sorry, what is that?
Like the right to do what you want to do with your body.
I guess so.
Okay. So would you be okay with restricting gun access to save human life?
No, because
So we have greater rights to guns than we do our own bodies?
well, it's just abortion would bring a life into the world, you know? Like
What?
bringing
Abortion?
that life abortion takes away a life from being in the world.
Okay. And would you be in support specifically of that person being mandated by law against their own will, specifically to save lives?
Sorry, say that again?
Yeah, should someone be able to have a limited or restriction on specifically what they can do to save human life?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay, so then we should do that with guns as well, right?
No, because then the government could turn tyrannical, and then they could kill, became communists was they took away the rights to bear arms for their citizens, so they couldn't fight back.
I don't even think that's true. One. Two, as it relates to this, if you want to reference gun access, your gun access is not restricting the government from doing something. The government has access to nuclear weapons, tanks, to attack helicopters, to drones. If you think that you have any capacity to fight the federal government, I'm sorry, but you are mistaken.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go up against the army, and I believe that like the U.S. citizens would. Some of the many people in the army wouldn't join the army, and so if like our government started becoming,
so you're okay with specifically people dying, right? Lives not being saved because you want to protect people's ability to have access to guns, right?
Right, because
you believe in that freedom, but you don't believe in that freedom extended specifically in the context of people getting access to abortion. You do not believe in freedom in that circumstance. Why?
Wait, so I'm just trying to say, like, I'm very confused with what you're saying. I support the right to bear arms so we can stop a potential tyrannical government, and they do have very powerful weapons, but maybe you could like assassinate the leader, because that could save many lives.
You could do that with
and
a
that's
pistol,
why I don't
couldn't you?
support abortion.
I'm
because
sorry. That only grants you access to a pistol, not every other gun.
Rifle?
No.
Wait, I can't own a rifle?
No, that you would not, under your perspective, have a reason to say that people should be able to get access to a rifle, given that it leads to more people dying.
Well, I mean, I think you should have. I personally think you shouldn't have a right to assault rifles. I think you should be allowed to use, maybe a sniper, because, like, you can't kill a lot of people. Like, what mass shootings are what's wrong with this country. And you can't, like, really do a mass shooting with a bolt action.
The galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can. But I genuinely want to
sure.
say, yes, you can, but, like, yes, to a lesser degree. But the point that we would just make is that if you want to look at the level of deaths, right, if it was the case that restricting a particular gun saved human lives, would you be in support of restricting that particular gun?
Yes, I would.
You would?
Yes.
Okay. What about vaccines? Would you be, if vaccines save lives, would you be okay with mandating the vaccine?
If a vaccine saved a life, mandating, like, oh, you have to have this vaccine?
Yeah.
That's a tough question. Very interesting. I guess so. Yeah, I would.
You'd be okay with mandating vaccine? So you support mandating the COVID vaccine?
Oh, like, are you saying they would die without it, or like this could potentially save them from if they were to
will
get
save lives. Mandating vaccines will save lives. That's a fact.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so then would you be in support of mandating vaccines because it saves human life?
Sure, I guess so. Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so then you want the COVID vaccine to be mandated?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, why do you think abortion's wrong in the first trimester?
I don't think it matters whatever trimester. I personally just view it because the baby can no longer live their life.
So you just value cellular life. Do you think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that's brain dead?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Okay, but they're cellularly speaking alive.
Yes.
Okay, so then why would you say that, like, in one scenario, ending cellular life is murder, but not in the other one?
Because the baby, it's going to grow up. I mean, assuming there's not a miscarriage, it's going to grow up and, like, it's going to have the ability to be conscious. But once you're, like, brain dead, you're not going to be able to be conscious, Like, you've reached the end, you can't, like, experience it more. But a baby
So wait,
can
what's valuable is conscious experience then, under your view, right?
Yes, I'd say so.
Okay, so if what under your view is what's valuable is conscious experience, well then if you get an abortion prior to the point in which conscious experience is actually comes into reality, well then that being would never, ever, ever have a conscious experience.
Yes, but
And never
I'm
would
saying
at any point in time.
nobody.
And what's
Could
valuable
have.
about it?
They
so
could
do
have.
do you value potential alone?
Not potential. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't. Not
You-
alone.
You value potential alone. So then, do you think that it would be wrong for me to pull out if I knew for 100% fact that it would yield a baby if I didn't? But like you got rid of that potential, man.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, because if you are not, if you make the decision, okay, like I'm not going to have this baby, then you should be able to do that. Like, if you 100% knew that a baby would come out,
Yeah.
then I'd say so, yes.
You'd say it'd be wrong to pull out. You'd say it'd be wrong for me to revoke consent to sex.
I guess so. I
That's
don't know.
crazy. That's
All right.
crazy to say that it's wrong to revoke
Yeah, I
consent to
know.
sex.
That
in
is kind of
circumstance.
crazy.
I don't. This is why you don't value things with just potential. You're gonna value conscious,
Yeah.
like future conscious experience, given that there's a past or a present conscious experience that's been established. Right. That's when I value it. Right. I'm not gonna value it prior when there's just a potential.
All right. I guess you're right. All right. Smart man. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Appreciate you very much. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, it's a Paldy. Oh, okay. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, it's a Paldy.
Oh shit.
Did you not? Did you accidentally join?
Yep.
You're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Tori, thank you for the membership subscription. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Tori, again, thank you for the membership subscription. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh shit, this was an accident.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Brittany, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Brittany. Can we get some W's for Brittany in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's great. That's great. Thank you so much, Brittany. I really appreciate it. Can we get some W's for Brittany in the comment section right now? That's great to hear. W's for Brittany in the comment section right now. Thank you. Hey, what's up? How old are you? Oh, okay. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that sort of criteria list on the TikTok screen. Mullen, thank you so much for the fireworks. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Support Trump?
Yes, sir.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
Well, it was.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you support Trump?
You're a faggot.
You're disgusting and absolutely low IQ. No arguments. You can just say slurs. TikTok screen. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd rather vote for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I support him leaving abortion up to the states, and his border policies,
Why do you support him leaving it up to the states?
because the states can make their own decisions about abortion.
Why should that be the case that the states are making decisions in that context for people?
Because I don't think it should just be one person making the decision for the whole country.
No, you mean one person making a decision for themselves? That's what the Federal Protection of Access to Abortion allows for. It allows for people to make that decision themselves or to not make that decision themselves.
Right, and I feel like him leaving it up to the states allows states to make that individual decision for themselves.
No,
what
states
that
make the
state
decision
supports.
rather than the people individually making that decision themselves. So you're restricting individuals' rights.
Well, I mean, you can see it that way, but leaving it up to the states, I feel like it supports like most people's like viewpoints on the issue.
Nope. You know what does? Leaving it up to the individual. If you don't want an abortion, don't get an abortion. If you want an abortion, get an abortion.
Okay. Well, I still support him leaving it up to the states.
Okay, but why? Because like that restricts individuals' rights. It sounded like you want individuals to have more rights when you say individual states get the determination, right? But like that doesn't make any sense, because if you want it to be based upon what's representative of the individuals, well then you support it being left up to the individual, not to the state to restrict their access as an individual.
Yeah, but I feel like instead of the president making the decision for everyone, which is
It should be the governor. It should be the state legislator.
it should be
Why would
whatever
you
the
want it to be
people in the
state
state vote
legislature
for.
and the governor rather.
Well, I mean, I don't really support abortion past a certain point anyway.
Okay,
So-
well you could say that you think it's wrong, but why should it be illegal?
Why do I think abortion should be illegal?
Yeah.
Well, I don't fully think that abortion should be illegal.
Okay, if you don't think it should be illegal, then you don't think that it should be left up to the states, because that would restrict it and reduce people's legal access to abortion.
I just don't see how you think leaving it up to the states is limiting. I honestly don't really see like
How is it
your
limiting?
argument.
Because you're giving it to a state to restrict access when prior it was federally protected within all states. If it's federally protected within all states, that gives people, the individuals, the choice themselves. Whereas if you allow for a state to restrict access to abortion, you're saying the state government should be able to restrict individuals from getting an abortion if they want to or not.
Okay. Support his viewpoint on abortion, whether he's leaving it up to the states or not. I still, I still like his viewpoint on abortion.
But why? Like, I just, why is it preferable to be left up to the states? I think human rights should be federally protected.
Well, on the opposite side, Kamala, she's pro-abortion. And
she's pro-choice. She's
Or
Christian, so
pro-choice, my bad, my
might
bad.
very well be anti-abortion, but she's pro-choice.
Yeah, so she's not anti-abortion.
Well, she's Christian, so she might very well be anti-abortion but pro-choice, because she believes in a separation of church and state.
Yeah, but overall, she would still support abortions.
Overall, she would still, yeah, she supports legal access to abortion. That doesn't mean she thinks it's moral. That just means she supports the
Okay,
legal
but still,
access.
but still, that's still her viewpoint, though.
So
That's the policy that she would have passed if she were the president.
I think that's a good policy. I think that Roe versus Wade being in place is good policy.
Well, I don't think that's a good policy.
But why?
So that's where we disagree. Because I don't support abortions.
Oh, okay. You don't like abortion. Okay. So again, is that because of
think
your
abortion
Christian
is a
views,
good
or is
thing.
that a personal perspective?
I can't really say it's a Christian view as of right now because I've just started getting into my faith, but I would say it's just a perspective that I have.
So
I
why
think
don't
that
you
after
why don't you just have a different personal perspective that doesn't restrict people's access
well,
to
my
their rights?
perspective is after viability, I don't think you should be able to get an abortion because at that
Okay,
point it is
wait,
a living
wait.
being.
After viability? Okay, well then you support Roe versus
Yeah,
Wade.
it's like 22. That's like 22 to 24 weeks, right?
Then you're pro-choice, bro.
Okay, but look, doesn't Kamala support abortions up until
No.
any point?
Roe versus Wade is exactly what you said. After
And that's
viability,
22
it
to
leaves
24.
it up to the states. Prior to viability, it's federally protected in terms of access to abortion. So you literally support Roe versus Wade, and because you did no research, right, you literally voted against it.
Interesting. All right, moving on.
Okay. What else is the reason why you support Trump?
I support that he doesn't want illegal immigrants coming into the country.
Okay, so like what particular immigration law do you support of his?
Well, I don't actually know what the immigration law is called, but under his administration, there's been far fewer illegal immigrants come into the country than there were under Biden.
Okay, so maybe that's due to outside factors outside of just specifically their administration's policy, right? Like maybe the inflation due to the pandemic specifically because of supply chain issues led to people fleeing to the United States for economic security.
Sure, but I
great
don't think it's that. I don't think it's just a coincidence that so far under Trump there has been like way less illegal immigrants crossing the border.
Okay, so you said way less people coming across the border who are undocumented immigrants. Well, maybe that's because inflation around the world is not much of a global issue anymore.
Okay.
To the same degree
Well.
as it was. Like maybe that's a pretty important reason because global inflation led people in other countries who were experiencing high amounts of inflation because inflation was global to flee to the United States where there was less inflation proportionally, right, in a more stable economy.
Okay, so are you saying that Trump's economy is more stable than Biden's?
No. What I'm saying is that people went to a stable economy in the United States under Biden because it is the case that there was an instability around the entire world, economically speaking, because of global inflation. Actually, right now we're less stable than what it is under Trump, or was under Biden. The U.S. is less stable. It was more stable.
Was it though? What was the inflation rate under Biden? Like over the 4 years, like what was the average inflation?
Average inflation is not a good metric, especially when we saw global inflation, which has nothing to do with the Biden-Harris administration. I just explained that to you multiple times, and it sounds like you didn't listen.
Okay, can you explain it again? And I'll listen this time.
Inflation was global, and because of the economic insecurity caused by the pandemic and supply chain issues, it led to people from other countries around the world where their countries were experiencing higher levels of inflation to flee to the United States because the United States had better economic stability.
Okay. But I'm still just a little confused because on like literally in like the first week of Trump's administration, illegal immigration drastically went down. So you're saying that Trump's economy got unstable that quickly?
No, I'm not saying the instability right now is specifically the reason there. I'm saying the main reason why there was so much immigration 2022, 2023, by the way, at the end of the Biden-Harris administration, there were lower levels of immigration on a daily basis comparative to the end of the Biden-Harris administration, or end of the Trump administration in his first term.
Okay.
So like, but if you're talking about the immigration, if you want, do you think under Trump's first term that there was always do you think at any point there was an open border?
Probably at the start, whenever.
Okay, so at the end, there was not an open border.
Well, at the end, COVID hit and it completely crashed his economy.
Even prior to COVID in 2019.
I'm sure that the border probably was good, but I mean, COVID hit and it messed up everything. It messed up all of his economic statistics, and overall just made his
We're talking
first
about
term
prior to
look bad.
COVID. Prior to COVID, right? Prior to COVID, this was
Okay.
not true. There was a greater level of immigration, right, on a daily basis in the end of the Biden-Harris administration.
In the first Trump term, just before COVID,
Yeah.
there was a higher level of illegal immigration than there was in the Biden-Harris administration.
On a daily basis at the very end of the administration.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't really know what the reason for that is. I mean, was it COVID or like?
Pre-COVID, was it COVID?
Oh, I thought you were talking about, you said the end of the administration. Okay, so you're still talking about before COVID. Okay.
Yeah, and then we clarified in 2019.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you because over the 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration, illegal immigration was horrible. And I know you said it's because everyone came to our country because we had economic stability, but you know, why wouldn't the Biden-Harris administration do something to stop all that illegal immigration? Because it, you know, brought in drugs, crime,
No, wrong.
all this stuff.
Undocumented immigrants commit multiple times lower rates of violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country comparative to natural-born U.S. citizens. Secondly, over 90% of people who bring drugs across the border are U.S. citizens.
Okay, but regardless, illegal immigrants are still a proportion of that population.
Disproportionately
in
less
drugs.
likely.
Okay,
If
but so you're saying that's
increases
not
the nominal
not
level
one
of crime. Well, you can say the same thing with immigration. You could, in general, legal immigration. You could say the same thing with tourism, right? If you were to ban tourism, you will decrease the nominal level of crime. Also, if we had less children, right, it would decrease the nominal level of crime. So should we ban having children because having more children increases the nominal level of crime? Because more people increases the nominal level of crime?
Well, yeah, let's ban children, bro.
Yeah, you realize how ridiculous that would be, right?
I mean, obviously, no, I don't think we should ban children.
So just because something increases the nominal level of crime is not a reason to ban that particular action. There you go.
But what about
So nominal
Democrats?
crime is not the way you're going to look at it. You might look at crime rate, but nominal crime in this context, and even if it was crime rate, you're not going to argue to ban men from coming to our country because they disproportionately commit more crime.
Okay. But do you realize that it's a crime for coming over the border illegally?
Yeah, but like it's not one we care about. Like it's also a crime for me to like literally jaywalk, but no one gave a shit about that. It's also specifically we're on an illegal app right now that's just not being enforced by the Trump administration. You also voted for a convicted criminal who was held civilly liable of sexual abuse, who specifically pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and called them patriots, who has been violating international law and people's due process rights. Those
All right, I
are
thought we were talking
constitutionally
about-
protected rights. So if you want to talk about violating the law, right, you can't say undocumented immigrants have to go through the legal process, but then Trump doesn't have to go through the legal process to deport them.
Well, they do have to go through the legal process because if they don't, it's
Then
a crime.
Trump needs to go through the legal process.
Just like
otherwise it's
jaywalking's a crime, and you'll get a ticket for it.
Yeah, you don't
So
get a
it's like-
ticket. You don't get a ticket for a crime like jaywalking unless it would be a threat to someone's safety and security. You've jaywalked in your life. Okay, did you get a crime or did you get a fucking
Yeah,
ticket? On what measure? What do they do? How does it harm you? How does an undocumented immigrant who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime coming to our country, right? How does that harm you? In what way?
The fact that there have been undocumented immigrants that have committed terrorism, brought in drugs, and I know you say
not
it's a
committed a violent
super
crime or
small.
bad crime. We're talking about people who have not committed a violent crime. In those particular instances, people who have not committed.
Okay,
violent
then
crimes or bad
why
crimes,
don't they just
How do they harm you?
Why
By
don't
coming
they
into
just come?
Answer the question. How do they harm you by coming to the country if they've not committed a violent crime or bad crime?
They don't. But why can't they just come in the country
so
legally?
if they don't harm you, then tell me why it should be enforced in that connotation.
Because it is a crime to come in a country that you don't
wait,
live in.
You don't think that just because something is a law, that means it should necessarily be enforced? Because then you'd make the same claim for jaywalking. And for pissing in the woods.
You're comparing something. You're not making a really. I don't think you're making a really good comparison as weighing.
Why? You're just not tracking then. You're just not tracking
the weight of the crime.
Yes, I am. I've committed violent crimes and bad crimes or a threat at specifically doing so. I do not want them in the country. No one's claiming that. Of course I'm okay with deporting people who have committed violent crimes and bad crimes on the condition that they'll be put in a prison in another country. That's the condition that I specifically support. But people who have not committed violent crimes and bad crimes, how are they harming the country? Why should the law be enforced in that context?
We, under the Biden-Harris administration, we had undocumented immigrants come in. Sure, it was a very small percentage of them that did commit crimes, bring in drugs, whatever. But those that did had a chance to cause harm to other people. Yeah, you said like whatever the percentage was.
This is a ridiculous point because law enforcement would have a better time identifying people who have committed violent crimes and bad crimes if they weren't spending over 70% of their time detaining people who have no prior criminal record. If it was my system where we give a pathway to citizenship for those that have not committed a violent crime or bad crime where they do not have to leave the country, it gives them an incentive to go through the legal process. Then law enforcement's not focused specifically on deporting people who are not a threat to our safety and security. And then they're going to be focused on people who have committed violent crimes and bad crimes who are actually a threat to our safety and security as a community. So how about we do that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to disagree.
Tell me why. Answer the question. Why don't we have
Because
law enforcement focused on the people who have committed violent crimes and bad crimes rather than the people who have not committed a violent crime or a bad crime that have no prior criminal record?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, that's what I'm advocating for. Pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime will get law enforcement to focus specifically on people who are a threat to our safety and security rather than focusing on people who are not a threat to our safety and security. If you care about our safety and security as a community, you'll support my policies, not Donald Trump's. Donald Trump's policies are destructive and lead to people who are undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime going further into the shadows. So then it will be a circumstance where there are a greater level specifically of undocumented immigrants who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes that are being detained by specifically ICE, like over 70% of undocumented immigrants that have been detained that have no prior criminal record. So again, if we agree on that, well, then you are to the left of the Democratic Party even. You do not agree with Donald Trump on immigration, and actually you vehemently disagree with Donald Trump on immigration. I'm sorry if it's like annoying or something. I'm just trying to give you my position.
I mean, bro, you just talk way too freaking fast. I'm just sitting here like.
Well, then tell me to slow down. I got you. Well, what did you?
I mean, I think ICE. I think what he's doing with ICE is a good thing to a certain extent. I feel like, and I even said this, like, when they had just started doing the ICE raids, I said that they should go after people who have committed crimes first before going, after the undocumented immigrants.
Dude, you actually agree with Democrats. This is a Democratic policy.
I mean, I don't think ICE is a Democratic viewpoint, though. Like, I don't think if Kamala Harris, she never would have sent ICE after anybody.
Well, actually, I mean, I do think that Democrats have funded ICE historically speaking. I just do think that Donald Trump specifically gives ICE the ability specifically to violate constitutionally protected rights to a greater extent. Democrats historically speaking have absolutely supported ICE. I actually disagree with that.
But yeah, but if you look at it
there's border enforcement outside of ICE. I just want to clarify that. Right? ICE has specifically been something created that allows for them to essentially be used as a secret police by the federal government, specifically to enforce immigration law, where Donald Trump's literally sending them in, where they're not identifying themselves without verification, specifically going into areas like this.
Well, I support ICE in what I said earlier. I don't know if, I think there needs to be a priority of what ICE is doing. They need to go after people who commit crimes first and then go after the undocumented immigrants as well, because they still have committed a crime of coming in the country illegally.
You
Like,
literally
I still-
agree with Democratic policy. But we specifically already agreed earlier that if you have not committed a bad crime, you should not be deported. But I mean, I think that maybe you don't actually agree with that position. You were just saying that or something.
I don't know that I ever agreed with that position.
Well, I thought you just did literally like a minute or two ago.
Well, no, I don't agree with that position. I still believe that coming into the country illegally is a crime. I mean, it's just what I believe. It's always been a crime.
Okay, but like, how is it harmful?
Well,
It's more costly to deport. Not only does the deportation cost money, the detaining costs money, but also it costs money specifically in terms of the long run, because they're not going to be paying taxes into our system.
okay, but I'm pretty sure Kamala had a policy where Kamala or Kamala like giving them health care or something to immigrants. Like, didn't she have some policy about that?
There's no policy specifically to give healthcare to undocumented immigrants. No policy.
No policy whatsoever. So there's no Democrats
If you're talking about like the emergency health care, like that's true for both Republicans and Democrats. I mean, like, you're not going to be checking people's citizenship before saving their life in the emergency room.
Okay.
Like that's supportive of both sides. That's not like unique to one side. So there's no specific policy unique where we're like giving health insurance benefits. But yes, like emergency health care is taken care of for everyone, whether they're a citizen or not. Whether they're from another country as a tourist or not. Like anyone within the country, right? They're not going to clarify before they save their life. They're just going to save their life. Which is what they should do. I mean, I think both sides agree that's what you should do.
All right. Well, I'm just going to establish my full viewpoint on the illegal immigrant thing, and then we can move on to like another topic or something. So I believe that if you come to the country illegally, you should be deported. I believe that I should go after criminals first and then undocumented immigrants next. And yeah, that's what I agree with. And I feel like Trump administration thus far in the first 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, almost 11 months, has done a good job of that, and the numbers show it. So
you're saying that they did a good job. We already addressed this. Like, the way that he's trying to do so is by murdering people coming to our country, right? In international waters, people off the coast of Venezuela. Over 60 people were murdered. He claimed that they had drugs, but there was no evidence given to Congress that they had drugs.
no evidence whatsoever.
No evidence whatsoever.
So if I were to get my computer and look that up right now, I wouldn't find a single.
You wouldn't find a single piece of evidence other than a claim from Trump.
Wow. Okay, I'm about to look that up. I really find that hard to believe. I don't know why he would just shoot a boat.
Literally, they did it.
So you're saying that they just shot a boat?
Yeah, it's a
with
war
people
crime.
on it.
He committed a war crime, violated international law, and killed over 60 people on multiple circumstances, multiple different votes. Over 60 people combined.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, go ahead right now. I can thank some people in the meantime. Taylor, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much, Taylor. Create some W's for Taylor in the comment section right now. Jennifer, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Always good to see you. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the $5, as well as Abigail with the $100 on Venmo. Create some W's for Abigail in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. W's for Abigail in the comment section. Thank you. Holy shit, that is so kind of you. W's for Abigail in the comment section right now. As well as Ask Yourself, thank you for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, I will. I will. Mr. C, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. The CR. That's just for the government shutdown. Ask Yourself, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Ray, thank you for the $2. Feisty with the $30. Thank you so much, Feisty. I really appreciate it. Honestly, you're so right. That's crazy. It's absolutely diabolical. Logan, thank you for the $2. Jay with the $10. Thank you so much. Proud Liberal, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Cheyenne, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I did see you got booed at the NFL game. That was honestly really funny. Thank you so much, Cheyenne. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jay, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. That's honestly a hilarious fucking statement. That's so funny. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Jay. Jeff, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We get some W's for all of them in the comment section. I think I'm fully caught up right now. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. He didn't get booed. I literally watched the video. I watched the video of literally them booing. I literally heard them booing.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, it says Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell said in a statement to the AP that the Defense Department has consistently said that our intelligence did indeed confirm that.
Any evidence given to Congress?
Let's see. 60 people killed.
No evidence given to Congress.
Trump administration called it narco terrorists and cartel members. Yeah, I guess there's evidence of fentanyl, but they...
Oh, you can't say it on the live. There was no evidence of F drug though. You can't say, you have to say F drug on the stream, because TikTok limits the push of the stream if you don't. Let's go on the next individual. It's TOS. Lucas, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Crazy take. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Hunter, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much, Hunter. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Can you talk to someone sane sometimes? I don't know if that's possible here on the stream. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
44.
Do you support Trump?
Absolutely.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Immigration.
Okay, why do you what immigration policy?
Forcing people to come in the legal way and shutting down our borders, which he's done very successfully.
So you support Trump going through the legal way of deporting them, correct?
Yeah, my wife is an immigrant. We're going through the process now. I am an immigration lawyer.
So then how do you feel about Donald Trump violating due process rights to a greater extent by expanding expedited removal?
Yeah, I don't support that, but I support the way he shut down the borders. Again, I'm a lawyer. You're not.
He shut down the borders by expanding expedited removal,
No, I just said I don't support. I just said I don't support that. You talking fast doesn't change my answer.
I didn't try to talk fast to like change your answer or anything. I'm confused.
Yeah, it doesn't. No,
say that?
it doesn't. Because that's what you do. It didn't change my answer. I support him shutting down the borders. I don't support getting rid of due process. So it's very simple. I can like and dislike something at the same time.
So you dislike the mechanism that he particularly used to cause the border to be in the manner in which it is. But then you
No,
support
that would
him
be
shutting down the border.
That would be
just doesn't make any sense.
deportation. Those are two very different things. Deportation
Without utilizing due process.
See, you're doing it again. You talk over people. Deportation
cry
is
about it.
different than No, you're crying. Deportation is different than shutting down
You
borders.
sound pretty mad.
Definitely not mad. The
can hear it in
ability
your
to
voice.
allow the ability to allow people into the country, which would be open borders, is different than deportation.
Can you define open borders?
Absolutely, which would, I mean, we had it. The data's there. You can look it up for yourself. But allowing anybody, literally anybody, to come in and claim asylum versus having criteria, which is what Trump has established.
So we had criteria. Not anyone can claim asylum. There was a criteria. You had to
Oh,
go through
I'm a fucking
credible
immigration
fear.
lawyer. I deal with it. I live in Texas. No,
then
it
you would have
wasn't.
known.
No, it's not.
Then you
No,
would have
it's
known
not.
that there's a
No, it's
credible
not.
fear.
No, I
interview.
do know. I do know. You're a 23-year-old.
Yeah, I'm a 23-year-old that knows that there's a credible fear interview, and apparently you didn't know that there was a credible fear interview, even though you're a lawyer. You're an immigration lawyer that didn't know that under the asylum process, there's a credible fear interview to ensure that they specifically are persecuted based upon one of the protected classes. By the way, you're not in the stream. I can't hear you when you swipe out the app. Did you just rage bait? Or not rage bait, rage quit? Did you seriously just rage quit the stream? There's no way. Matthew, thank you for the $10. Thank you, Kayla, as well with the $10. Thank you. I think he rage quit, chat. No way, he rage quit. That's embarrassing, dude. He got so mad that he left. Did he purposefully leave? What was his name? I'll add him back up. An immigration lawyer doesn't know that. Purge the Galaxy, thank you so much. That there was a credible fear interview for the asylum process is crazy. That's actually diabolical. His name is Luke. Luke, you can send a guest request back if you aren't running. If you didn't rage quit. Luke Johns. Luke, send a guest request back. Don't run away and rage quit. Aw, I think he did rage quit. Aw, that's so sad. Yeah, bro. Sounds great, man. Let's go on to the next individual here. It looks like he just ran away because he's so scared. What an absolute rage quitter. Look at that. He rage quit quickly, very quickly. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Oh, yeah. 61.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump all the way.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, immigration policies for one, and saving our country $650 billion. It was sent out of our country last year.
Okay, where was this $650 billion sent last year?
Okay, it was sent by illegal aliens through Western Union to different countries all over the world. If you look it up.
From Western Union to other countries? I'm confused.
Yes. Immigrants sent $650 billion. That's why he shut it down with it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you said immigrants sent $650 billion to other countries around the world, and you've stopped legal immigrants from sending that money around the world. Is that your view?
I think that's what he did. He put an executive order in on it. Yeah. I think so. He passed 260 or 270 executive orders right now.
So where'd you get the source from that it was $650 billion?
Right on the internet. I Googled it.
So did Trump make it illegal to engage in remittance?
Well, I don't understand what you're trying to say there, but he made it illegal into other countries. Yes, he did.
When did he make it illegal to engage in remittance?
Sometime this year he did it.
Sometime this year? Like, can you give me like the policy maybe?
I don't know. He did 270 something executive orders, so I'm not sure exactly which one it is.
Okay. So none of these policies made it illegal for immigrants to send money to countries around the world. Immigrants are still able to do that.
No, he shut that down going to I know for Mexico for sure, and then I can't remember the rest of them.
No, there's no law that made it illegal to do this.
So you're okay with okay?
Yes,
so you're
I'm okay with
with
immigrants sending money back to their home countries. Yes.
$650 billion to other countries when that should have been.
Yeah.
That's almost over a half a trillion dollars that could be spent in America and funding other countries. You're good with that. You're a Dem for sure.
Well, you understand that specifically is trade that they get to engage in. Yes, I'm a Democrat because I believe that they should be able to engage in trade. It also increases demand for the U.S. dollar around the entire world. Did you know that?
No. So you're talking word salad there. That's bullshit.
Genuinely,
The bottom line is $250 billion left, United States, between. I think
Wait,
it was
so
either
if I want to, should I be able to send my money to a different country? Or do you want to ban U.S. citizens from sending their money to different countries around the world? Because that money could have been sent here at home in the United States. Do you think it should be illegal for me to spend money and send money to a different country around the world?
If you're illegal, yeah, I believe it's illegal.
Wait, no. As a U.S. citizen.
As a U.S.
And by the way,
citizen, sure.
This is immigrants in general. This isn't just undocumented immigrants.
Oh, this is undocumented.
No, it's not.
Immigrant. Well, so you didn't even believe it was $650 billion until you looked it up, did you?
Yes, it was $650 billion for immigrants as a whole, not undocumented immigrants.
And that's why it was shut down. That's one of the. That's one of the reasons.
It wasn't even shut down. I don't know where you're getting this from.
Yes, it is. I mean, for going to certain countries, it is shut down.
Okay, and also you understand that you're not taking into account that okay. Well, actually, I'll ask you this question: do you think it should be illegal for me to send money to other countries?
Do I think it's illegal for you to send money to other countries?
Do you think it should be illegal?
I mean, why would you send it to other countries? What would be the purpose? To purchase something, or to just send money to some family members or whatever in another country?
Let's say I had some family members, or I saw someone's live stream where I really like their content, and I send them money in there from a different country.
Oh well, that's $650 billion that should remain in America and not go to another.
Okay,
country.
so then, do you think it should be illegal for me to send money to countries around the world? Because again, if you were to ban U.S. citizens from doing this, more money would stay in the United States under your view, right?
Sure, why not?
So let's ban U.S. citizens from sending their money to other countries. You think it should be illegal for me to donate to a streamer from Europe or from Canada?
Well, I mean, to the sum of $650 billion, yeah, that would be a problem.
That's just specifically for immigrants. So it would be even more for U.S. citizens.
It would be a problem for me.
Yeah, how much do U.S. citizens send to countries around the world? It would be an even larger number than $650 billion.
Wait, I have a question. Doesn't sending money outside of the domestic market lower inflation in the domestic market, since you're lowering the total money supply in the domestic market?
It doesn't matter. You still sent $650 billion to another country.
Well, I mean, that has disinflationary effects, right?
I don't give a fuck about what other countries.
Don't you want to live in the global, in the golden age of the American economy, right? And honestly, I think that I just popped into the conversation here. Assumingly you're talking about immigrants, right? Sending money back to their home countries, right? Isn't that a patriotic duty, since they're lowering the total level of inflation that would have been true of the market if they wouldn't have sent it out of the market, but rather spent it inside of the market by increasing the demands for particular goods that they would have spent that money on?
Why don't they just use it in America instead of sending it out of the country?
Wow, so you want more inflation? Wow, you want more inflation? Wow.
It's not going to have more inflation. We're making more money now than we have ever made in this country.
Wait, so then why do we have negative GDP growth in the first quarter of this year? And a Trump official came out this morning and said that we're going to have negative... No, I'm actually not done yet, Jeff. And then a Trump official came out this morning and said that we're going to have negative GDP growth in the fourth quarter of this year. And by the way, if sending money outside of the economy is such a big issue for you, well, then why do you still support Trump, considering the fact that he sent $40 billion to Argentina, which is significantly more than the total dollar amount of any money sent outside of the economy, by undocumented immigrants?
because that was not a just send money out of the country. It was a currency exchange because of the value of the dollar. Try again, Junior.
Try again, Junior.
Wait, what? He told me to try again? I don't even know what my issue was.
Well, you said he sent $40 billion out to another country, but the real thing is what y'all not telling is it was a currency exchange.
Yeah, but their
the
currency has been subject to hyperinflation. Do you think that's a good exchange if their currency has been subject to hyperinflation?
Well, that was just the fact that he said Trump sent $40 billion to somebody else when I proved him wrong.
Wait, but and by the way, not all of the 40 billion was a currency exchange, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I thought it was economic stimulus.
No, it was just $40 billion exchange for currency is all it was.
I don't
because
think
of the value of the dollar.
Let me check.
Was a lot higher.
We exchanged 40 billion USD for like 40 billion like Argentinian, whatever the name of their dollar is.
That's correct.
Yeah, go ahead and fact check that. But I mean, still yet that's gonna have like.
Fact check it, buddy. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'm sitting right here. I'll wait for that.
Okay.
Wait. So if you're saying if we get something in return, right? Well, then you're okay with it. Well, I mean, if like the immigrants like were inside of. Wait, Jeff.
Yeah,
just
it's a 20 billion currency swap line from the U.S. Treasury.
So you're saying that because we got something in return, you're okay with it? Well, I mean, think about it this way, right? What do we get in return for like the low level of like cash sent outside of the economy from like the immigrants? Their work and participation in the labor force, taxable contributions, and significant contributions to GDP growth, right? Which I'd say is significantly more impactful, right, than like 20 billion Argentinian like units of their currency.
It was an exchange of currency that equaled up to what we exchanged with it.
Your loss.
What it was. It was a fair trade.
Wait, but don't
20 billion is not 20 billion of the 40 billion one is not a fair trade. Two, it's not a fair trade because their currency is less stable than our currency, meaning that is going to be worth less than what we gave to them.
At the time, the dollar was more valuable and their economy was sinking. And so if you put the dollar into their
economy was sinking, that means their dollar is at risk of being in worse circumstance. Then why would you think that's a good investment?
I thought y'all were world players. Y'all wanted everybody in the world to have a good economy.
Now you want to help other countries rather than helping us here in the United States?
It was Argentina, and it was one of his friends.
What happened to America first?
Argentina.
What happened to America first?
You just got through saying we need a world global economic. So, okay, we started with Argentina, right? Okay, the same way with tariffs. We were being over
then you must support funding going to. Wait, by the way, you just had an issue with the U.S. sending money to other countries around the world because you're like, what, that money could be spent here in the United States, and then you just claimed that it was justified to send billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars to Argentina from the United States.
It was a currency exchange. It was not
all of it was a currency exchange. We just explained this to you. Not all of it was a currency exchange.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I don't know. Who are you getting your facts from? Politico?
No. And also, why wouldn't you accept Politico?
Well, I don't even want to go there. You know better than that.
No, tell me.
I don't even want to go into that discussion. Y'all don't want to hear it. What y'all do is y'all go to a left-leaning source that's written by left-leaning people, and then y'all bring the word salad in, and when it's not fact, you take it from
Okay, so what's your source?
I get it from all over the place. I hit Google. Okay.
Yeah. What on Google?
I read a bunch of articles on it.
Like, where do you read articles from typically?
Anywhere online, whatever pops up on Google.
Such as?
I don't know. Just anything. I don't pay attention to exactly where it's from. I just read them all down the line.
So if I were to tell you that I just found this from Google, would you accept it?
You found what from Google?
That 20 billion was a currency swap, and not the other 20.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, he'll be right back. Anna, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Liam, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kayla with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Matthew with the $10 as well. We had some W's for them. And Lucas, thank you for the $2. Again, thank you. They said, yeah, what are you talking about, Lucas?
I wonder if there's a way to make the boxes bigger. On
Yeah,
TikTok
I was
Studio.
thinking about it, but I've yet to find it. If you could let me know, I would love to do
Yeah,
it.
I have TikTok Studio right up, like it's up on my computer. I'll look for a way.
Yeah, because I
feel like
actually
there's
don't
gotta
think
be
there
one.
is on TikTok. At least I haven't found it yet. If I did, I would love to do that.
Check settings under multi-guest live. I feel like if it would be anywhere, it'd be in there. I can't click on that because I'm not live.
Okay,
but
okay, let me check.
I don't know. It's worth checking out. If it was to be
Invite,
anywhere,
history,
it'd be under settings.
Wait, change layout. It's only grid.
Click it, see what happens.
It's gonna do this. Oh,
let's go!
Yo, okay.
We figured it out.
Okay, now I gotta fix the thing for you.
What?
Yeah, well, you're like super like zoomed in on my screen right now.
Whoa. I could see myself twice on TikTok.
Let me make you. Oh,
It's 20 billion, not 40 billion.
What'd you say?
So
I also just turned my live status on. Let's,
Perfect.
dude, let's try to get this live bumping. I could see myself twice on the TikTok feed.
Oh.
what do y'all think about the Dems caving tonight to the Republicans?
Yeah, fuck them. Pathetic.
They caved.
Yeah, they did. Pathetic.
You think it's pathetic that they're
Yes.
opening the government back up?
I think it's pathetic that they caved to the Republicans and
Well, you're
agreed to a
okay
funding
with,
bill
people
and
not-
agreed to a funding bill that didn't include subsidies for the ACA, which now leave it to be an unguaranteed fact, right? That it is incredibly possible that 55 million American citizens in low-income brackets reliant on Medicaid are going to experience a 75% increase in their ACA premiums. Absolutely pathetic. Every single Democrat that voted for that funding bill deserves to be booted out come midterms. And guess who agrees with me? Bernie Sanders, Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz, Kamala Harris, and just about every single.
Walz voted for it.
No, Tim Walz isn't in Congress, silly goose. He's a state governor. Holy shit.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's Tim. One Tim. I thought,
There's
who was- I'm
there's
sorry,
another Tim.
somebody.
There's another guy
I'm
named
sorry.
Tim on the
My
Democrat
bad.
side.
My
You're good.
bad. My bad. But yeah, I'm happy with it. They're opening the government back up. Everybody will get paid. Yada yada yada. Clean CR bill was passed.
I don't
And
understand
now
how you
we
could
work
call
on
it
the
clean
health
when it's letting the future of the financial future of 55 million Americans.
Wait a minute. That was okay. How come the Dems passed it 13 other times when it was the same clean CR bill?
It wasn't clean any of
over
those times
13
because it didn't include the expansion of the ACA subsidies to keep
Okay,
Medicaid costs low
1.5
for 55 million Americans.
Okay, $1.5 trillion. You're okay with approving another $1.5 trillion to our deficit?
Yes,
That's
the
not.
same
It's
way
not
that you
1.5 trillion actually. It's like 350 billion over 10 years. It's like 350 billion over 10 years, dude.
Yeah,
even if it was 1.5 trillion, I'd be okay with approving that the same way you were okay with approving the 4.5 trillion dollars spent on the greatest redistribution of wealth from the poor to the rich in modern American history under the big beautiful bill. You fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, 3.4 trillion added to the debt.
How do you figure that? I mean, it's a tax break for the all-American people.
It's
but if
mostly
you
going
make-
to the rich.
But if you make at or under
No, it's
$51,000 per year,
How do you
although you get a
figure?
small
You're
tax
getting a
cut,
tax break
but you're
that's
actually hurt more
already
by
on
the
the
cuts in the bill
books that have
compared to
been there
the
for
help
the
that
last
you'll receive because your
6
taxes
years.
are minimally lower.
Wait,
Our
what'd you say,
taxes
man?
will be lower.
You said your taxes will be lower under a Democratic administration. Yeah.
No, because all the Democrats want to do is make a bigger government.
You
Bigger
mean tariffs?
government.
like
means
tariffs
more
and like the
cost.
immigration policy, right?
Okay,
like
no.
Yeah.
Wait, do you support
No,
wait,
tariffs
and also
is
like
not a
restricting
tax
people's
on
access to
America.
like abortion
Tariffs
and
is
like
not a tax
literally
on Americans.
listen, man. You said what?
Okay, tariffs aren't a tax. Tax on America. Tariffs aren't.
Tariffs are.
Because that would base. No, they're not. Because for the simple fact that if you have tariffs on another country, so that makes it trading in America more feasible for smaller companies instead of like Walmarts and Targets and all these bigger companies that buy from
No, that's
China.
actually false.
and
That's
now
actually
they'll
false.
have to pay more.
That's false because
No,
it
they'll have
reduces
to pay
competition.
more.
Listen, no, listen. It reduces competition specifically for large American manufacturers, right? And they are more likely to be able to bring back their manufacturing to the United States rather than specifically people who have lower particular revenue.
Yeah.
Because it is the case that especially it costs more proportionally for those that are lower revenue, especially the increase in the cost of materials and manufacturing goods that are coming from countries around the world to manufacture in the United States in the first place.
Not to also mention
That's
that the
why
big
we
companies.
got. So that's why we have.
No, I was just gonna say, just rolling off of what Parker just said, the big companies, they have the billions and billions of dollars to invest into the new American manufacturing plants for the raw materials required to make their goods. Small companies don't. They're relying on imports of raw materials, and guess what? Those are now tariffed.
But that's why Trump is making deals with these other countries to get rare earth minerals so that we can build in America. And that's why everybody is investing in America now.
They're not.
So that they can build it. Oh, yes, they are. They've already
No, they're not.
promised.
Actually, real manufacturing
dollars?
investment has declined since Trump got in office.
So what certificates are you bringing there? I mean,
US
where's that?
Bureau of
St. Louis
Economic
Federal
Data.
Reserve.
Polling
Look up-
from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Data.
Yep. Do you want me to show you from the Bureau of Labor Statistics or the Bureau of Economic Analysis?
When was that coming out?
What do you mean? I
Last
just
three
told you.
quarters. Yeah, the
When did
data's
it come out?
the data's reported quarterly, so the last 3 quarters of 2025 is what we have access to.
Do you want me to show you?
Hey,
Yeah.
Anna, I really appreciate you so much for the $10 over on Venmo.
Oh,
Thank
shit,
you
it's
so
gonna,
much.
it's gonna mess things up. Never mind. Because it overrides the
Oh,
camera
just-
feed.
Just take a screenshot of it
That's all right. No worries.
Okay.
and then throw it up, or just like momentarily override my camera.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Because keep in mind that's only for YouTube, by the way.
Okay, I mean, it don't matter. I got COPD, whoever put that in there about my cough. Thanks very much.
All right, here. Let me show you. Do you see this? This is from the St. Louis Federal Reserve. Do you see that?
I can kind of see it.
Okay,
a
so
little
you
bit.
look at this here. Take a look at this here. This is when Trump first gets in office in his first term. Right here. This is when he leaves office. So it was actually lower. This is when Biden gets in office. Massive increase. This is when he leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
get
this is
pushed,
Trump.
Jeff.
You see this decrease
Yeah.
under Trump?
Yeah, get pushed. Get pushed. You're cooked, buddy. You're cooked, kid.
I don't think so.
You're absolutely you're fried, buddy.
Nah. I'm just glad that the Dems finally came to their senses and passed the clean CR bill.
Hey, stop pivoting, Junior. Okay, respond to the facts.
Yeah, come on, Junior.
Junior, okay.
Oh, sorry, Jeff.
No worries, man. No worries. It's all good. It's all good, man.
Come on, Junior.
I'm glad Trump's our president, and I'll be glad when they, and everybody will be glad when they do away with the IRS and you start getting a refund on the tariffs.
They're going to do away with the IRS. How are they going to collect taxes, bro?
Wait. And they're going to do a refund on the tariffs? So if they do away with the IRS and they do a refund on the tariffs, then
Who's
where
gonna
the hell
refund
are
it?
we going to get the
Yeah, who's going to refund it?
the revenue to?
Hey, wait a minute.
Where the hell are we going to get the revenue to like fund the government and shit?
Okay, if you look back before the war, what were the
For World War One, there was tariffs that
I
ran
think it was
everything.
Korean War.
But
Yeah,
you
it was.
said we're going to do a refund on those.
Yeah, they're going to get money back on it. Yes, you are. There.
then how the hell are we gonna fund the government, Jeff?
It's actually going to be through the External Revenue Service, the ERS.
But it can't be through the ERS if we're getting the money back from the tariffs.
The money's going to come from a flat tax, you dummy.
But then we're not going to
But
abolish
then
the
that's
IRS,
a
you dummy.
progressive. Yeah, that means you have the IRS then to get those taxes.
You do away with the IRS and go to a flat tax, you have no taxes.
Wait,
except for what you-
get rid of the IRS. Who
One
is going
time,
to?
too.
Wait, I'm
One
sorry.
time, not
Who
over and over
enforces?
again.
Who enforces the flat tax other than the IRS?
when you whatever commodities you buy,
What?
you have a flat tax on whatever commodities you buy.
So like
You
sales
purchase
tax.
sales
that,
tax.
you-
Who enforces sales tax?
The states.
What about the states?
So all should just be
They
state
enforce the
revenue,
sales
not
tax?
not federal. No federal revenue, just state. So we're gonna have like 80% sales tax.
No, it's not. They're talking a 6 to 7% sales tax.
Wait, but think about it this way.
You think you can take over the entire federal government revenue with 6 to 7% sales tax? Why wouldn't we have already done that?
But like,
Because wait a minute, if you got more, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Doesn't the average American spend like a significantly greater proportion of their income on consumption compared to the average like multimillionaire?
Okay, if you have no income tax, then you have a hell of a lot more money to spend, don't you?
Right, but I think the point that I'm getting at here is that this will like significantly like harm low income Americans compared to high income Americans.
No, not really at all. I mean, if you go purchase okay, check this out. If you go purchase a new car, right, you'll pay a tax on it, a flat tax on it. So when it goes to be a used car, you will not pay a flat tax on the used car anymore because there will be no taxes on that because it's already been paid. Same way with a home, same way with your property. You will no longer have to pay property taxes either.
So how are you going to fund the government? Are you going to have no Social Security, no Medicare, no Medicaid, no food stamps? You're going to have none of these social programs, no free public education?
The tariffs will fund it.
The tariffs.
So we're going to refund those.
That you understand that in order to fund the tariffs, in order to get revenue from the tariffs, we require the IRS.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Look how much money because they're going to do away with the IRS and put it back into
Who runs the tariffs? Wait, who runs it? How are you going to get revenue without the IRS if you're utilizing tariffs?
The Secretary of Treasury.
The Secretary of Treasury is. So you understand that you're just going to delegate the IRS duties to a different aspect of the federal government.
Because the IRS
What's the
is not
difference?
needed.
Yes,
That's
it is.
not needed. No, it's not, because you will not be paying any kind of federal income tax anymore.
Do you understand that the IRS can run tariffs as well? And also, you can't just get rid of federal income tax and replace it with tariffs. Tariffs have a regressive negative impact on low and middle income individuals.
No. You look back
they
in the 30s and the 40s and see
why.
how much money. They had a lot of money that they couldn't figure out what to do with because they were
what
bringing
year?
in so much from tariff.
What year?
I'll have to look it up, but that's a fact, buddy. You can look it up.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Look at it and see how much money they had. And there's articles out there where
You're
they were
talking about
talking
prior to World War I, when we literally had no Social Security, no Medicare, no Medicaid, no food stamps, none of these fucking federal programs at all.
Wait, prior to World War One, let me just look something up real quick.
Yeah, prior to World War I, prior to the income tax, we had tariffs specifically during the Gilded Age, by the way. The Gilded Age, with the least level of regulation that our economy has ever had, right? Which specifically was actually incredibly horrible for the promotion specifically of monopoly growth in the country, and that's what led specifically to the antitrust laws.
Hold on a second. I'm going to look it up for you.
Were you like
And the Great
born
Depression,
prior
by the
to
way.
World War One? No, the Great Depression was after World War One.
Yeah, after World War I, but due to tariffs, like the Smalley tariffs.
Yeah.
So, like, tariffs have had a history in terms of negatively impacting the conditions for our economy to an extent where it essentially primed us for the Great Depression.
I bet this guy loves Ronald Reagan. We should ask him that. Because Ronald Reagan hates tariffs.
Ronald Reagan was
Did he
the
know
greatest damn president this country's ever seen, but when he said something about tariffs, he was totally false on that one.
Can I ask this guy about the shape of the Earth?
Yeah. Jeff, just come back here and you can answer as soon as you find that. If you want to support us, everyone, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. And make sure to support Dean as long as he's on the stream as well, everyone.
Let me get my things ready here.
Absolutely. Unfortunate, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, Unfortunate. I really appreciate it. Greg with the $50. Thank you so much, Greg. Can we get some W's for Greg in the comments section? Jamie with the $5. Buffy, thank you for the $5. Emily with the 10. Eugenia, thank you so much. Really appreciate the 5. Ask Yourself, thank you for the 10. Amara, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Meta, thank you for the $5. Unknown, thank you for the $20. Ask Yourself, thank you for the 5. Mr. C, thank you for the $2. Ask Yourself again with the 5. Ray with the 2. Thank you so much. And then Jojo, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Should I get a tinfoil hat as well?
Hey, Jojo, thank you so much for the $20 as well on Venmo. Thank you, Jojo. Show some love to Jojo down below. Jojo with the $20 says Dean and Parker are both great, but Parker and Dean together is my favorite. It brings hope knowing young voices are out there making a difference. Once again, thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much for the love, Jojo. You are fantastic. Thank you so much. You know, I've really grown an affiliation for this hat of mine.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's a really big tinfoil hat.
I gotta make it so it's you.
Oh yeah, because now it's gonna like go to the guest.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that could be bad.
Here, I'll help get somebody up on TikTok while you're doing that.
All right, I already fixed
all right,
it,
guys,
so don't worry.
we're gonna go to get that.
Now it
next
just
guest
shows your
loaded up.
tinfoil hat whenever it kicks him.
Yeah, yeah. Should I make it bigger so it's like even extends higher up?
That'd be funny.
What's going on, Bez? Do you support Trump? Sorry, guys, I should mute when I do that.
You're good. Don't worry, man. It just shows the tinfoil hat is crazy. Let's go to the next individual. How you feeling today, though, man?
Yeah, rough, dude.
I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. I hope you feel better tomorrow, bro.
Man, it wasn't. Yeah, today was rough. This morning, I got coffee from a local coffee shop, and I walked in there, and it just so happened like nearly everybody in the coffee shop like recognized me, but I was like so sick and I could like barely talk. It was like I love meeting people. Don't get me wrong, but it was like kind of like scary this morning.
Yeah,
I don't want to get them sick. I couldn't talk. I probably looked like shit too. I don't know, man. It was scary.
Thank you for the gem gun, Sarah. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. Alrighty. Alrighty, do give it a second, everyone. Let's get the next individual up here. Alrighty. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? If you're a MAGA lunatic, send a guest request right now. Only send a guest request if you are a MAGA lunatic, everyone.
I feel like we haven't done one of these co-hosts for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a co-host like this. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a co-host like this.
Yeah, literally where we had this. I didn't even know you could do this great on fucking on PC, bro. I just learned that today.
It out.
Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28.
Do you support Donald Trump? Push the money gun.
I do.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Probably Trump.
Did you already debate this guy, Dean?
No. The reason why I laughed is because I just looked into my camera, but then I realized like, why am I looking into my my camera that I use for like my streams, like on TikTok and YouTube and whatnot, like plugged into my computer, and then I laughed at myself because I'm like, what the hell am I doing? But anyways, continue.
Okay, Joe, why do you support Trump?
So I feel like I support his policy that he did on not banning TikTok, because I feel like if he banned TikTok, you guys wouldn't be able to do your platforms that you're doing right now.
That's not true. So we both have followings on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, a couple other places too. So we definitely would still be able to do what we do now. But my response to that is, yeah, no, W fucking Trump, okay? TikTok good, all right? I love TikTok, right? I'm happy that he's breaking the law to save it by extending illegal, by making illegal extensions on the ban for sure. But at the end of the day, still yet, right, I would prefer, right, the 66 million American women and girls that have now lost access to abortion because of Trump to have access to abortion compared to me having access to TikTok. I would prefer the 60 pregnant victims of rape that are denied access to abortion in 10 of our states today to have access to those life-saving abortions compared to me having access to TikTok, or, like those 42 million low-income Americans having access to food stamps compared to me having access to TikTok. Those 10 million low-income Americans that he kicked off of Medicaid through the big beautiful bill having access to Medicaid compared to me having access to TikTok. But in summation, Joe, TikTok good.
Joe, you there, man? We can't hear you when you swipe out of the app, just letting you know. Courtney, thank you for the $12 on PayPal, by the way. Thank you so much, Courtney. Looks like Dean has won again.
Yeah, I need to pipe down here.
Looks like Dean Withers has won again, chat. Look at that. Let's go on the next individual, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria that I have. Hold up, where the hell did my criteria go? There we go.
He did leave.
Criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual.
You can take the tinfoil hat off now.
Now we just see your the top of your forehead.
Yeah. My receding. Wait, my growing. My receding forehead and growing hairline. Yeah. I'm on pills now. My hair's coming back. That's fucking right.
This guy, bro.
No baldness for me. Finesse
Yo, what's the hell to you?
for the win.
Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty, yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 31.
Do you support Trump?
I absolutely do.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Absolutely Donald Trump. Why the fuck would I change my vote?
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump? Is there a way you can turn off the background noise?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, yo, just a second.
Double, I've talked to you before, right?
What?
I've talked to you, like personally, I've talked to you before, right?
I don't know. I might have. Hey, yo.
Wait, Double, have you talked to Dean before?
Maybe. I think maybe.
Yeah, I remember you came up a while ago. I remember you actually kind of like flaming some people in the chat. Because there's people in the chat making fun of your voice, and then you were like, well, they wouldn't be making fun of my voice if I was a liberal. And you absolutely fucking grilled them. I remember you because you absolutely fucking grilled the chat on my live a while ago. You caught a W last time that you were up on my stream.
Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, about that situation, I may have so many times in my life that me and my sister, or my sister's a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and we get along good. She sees my point of view, I see her point of view. And my point of view of is why I would never vote for Democrat. The thing that happened, the SNL segment where they reenacted the pharmaceutical guy having the medical emergency is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And how can people even laugh at that?
Yeah, I would definitely think that's fucked up. Double, I do have one thing I'm gonna say. Since you already did talk to Donald Trump, that was crazy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Dean, I'm so sorry, man. Since you already talked to Dean, I was gonna go on to the next person, but Double, you are welcome to come up on my stream another time, specifically when it would just be me. I just want to make sure specifically that it's like people who haven't been on the stream, who haven't talked to either of us, come up on the stream, because that is one of my criteria.
Hey, for the people in my chat, for the people in the chat that says give the Spanish sale, I don't have that benefit. Thank you very much, and I don't know why I would need them. I mean, I hate that we don't have PTO, and I'm being honest, I know y'all are gonna criticize it. I'm gonna say this one thing about PTO. I will never ever talk bad about any government funding program, because the same people that get fake sales and the same people dogging them are probably the same people that has a 30-year mortgage at the bank, taking our government in out from 2008.
Well, Double A, again, I do really appreciate you coming up. You're welcome to come up, like whenever Dean's not here, because it sounds like that maybe we haven't debated before, but I do appreciate you coming up. I am just looking for people who have not specifically talked to either Dean or I, specifically to come up and debate right now. I really appreciate you very much, though. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, everyone, let's go on to the next person here real quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates, everyone. Alrighty, yo, what's up, how old are you? Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Oh. Can you guys hear me?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year?
What's my birth year? May 23rd, 2006.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Who would I vote for?
Yeah.
Trump.
Okay, for sure. By the way, everyone, for the people who are spamming my TikTok chat, please stop. I'll just start muting people if you don't. Don't do that. It blocks off the chat where you can't see anything else. Please don't do that. All right. So why do you support Trump?
Well, he just has a lot of great laws that I support. Unlike Kamala Harris, that doesn't have any laws I support. The only things that I really support from Joe Biden, he does like chocolate chip, and that is one of my favorite ice creams. And I've yet to hear Donald Trump release any statement about what ice cream he likes.
Okay.
And I'm kind of getting sick and tired of that shit.
He's strong.
But
okay.
Other than that, yeah, I'm all for Trump.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen.
Oh my God.
Hey, everyone, again, on the TikTok live, if you continue to spam those flags in the comment section, I'm literally going to block your account. So please stop doing that right now because I don't want to have to block you. I literally will start blocking in probably about 15 to 20 seconds. So stop doing it, please, or you're going to get blocked. And you won't be able to watch the stream on that account. So
ban them.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 39.
Do you support Trump?
I damn sure don't support Kamala.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, in this election, I do.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Because I don't believe men should be in women's bathrooms.
Okay, so then you must not support Donald Trump, who bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent.
Yeah. You know, the first thought that comes to my mind when I think of an actual man literally going into a woman's private space to perv on the women in there would be Donald Trump boasting about doing exactly that.
But laws are being passed for this to happen. You gotta understand, laws are being passed for this to happen. Now, there's laws being passed that if your daughter was sexually assaulted in school, the school is not entitled to notify the parents.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what policy passed that? And also, by the way, I'm confused how that would be a Democratic policy. Democrats are advocating against Donald Trump, who was held civilly liable of sexual abuse?
So if a woman was sexually abused, do you think that person should be incarcerated?
Yeah.
So why isn't he incarcerated?
Because of statute of limitations in New York that says after a certain amount of years that you can't try someone for sexual assault, regardless of the level of evidence.
So why wasn't he tried during that period?
Because it is the case that she didn't come out with the crime specifically until decades later, because it takes for many victims, decades to come out because of social pressures that exist, people who don't believe them, people who harass victims, especially when they come out against people like men who are in positions of power like Donald Trump.
Oh. Wait a minute. These tacos are good. Wait a second. Now, understand that laws are being passed for this to happen.
Such as what laws?
Men being allowed in women's restroom. Men are participating in women's sports. Oh, and do we really have to mention the Michael Carson?
Can you name one trans person dominating in women's sports right now?
It made it all the way to the Olympic stage.
Can you name one trans person that is dominating in women's sports right now?
I really don't care the name, though. But once it made it all the way to the Olympic stage, that's when it becomes a serious problem.
Go ahead, Dean.
But, huh?
Dean, go ahead.
First, can you stop chewing on live?
Dude, these tacos are good.
I don't doubt it, man. But you know, just come on, dude. Come on. Okay. Now, second of all, here. Okay. All right. You said that you really don't like the idea of men going into private women's-only spaces. Well, we tried to bring up a point that you didn't really respond to. So, assuming that like some highly perverted man, right, did walk into a private women's space to perv on the women in that space, to look at them when they had no clothes on and consensually, what do you think should happen to that man?
Oh, I think women should definitely speak up.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you what should happen to a man if you know that he's done this.
Oh, yeah. He should get his ass kicked.
Okay. All right. So because you think that somebody who's done this should, you know, get their ass kicked, obviously, right, if a man, right, had done this, right, did like unconsensually barge into a woman's dressing room where there's like naked women and naked girls in the space to look at them with no clothes on, you would obviously like never vote for them to be president, right?
I only vote policies.
Oh, wait. So now in like one breath, right, seemingly you're acting as if you care, right, about like women's rights and sexual violence directed towards women and girls. But in another breath, you're seemingly telling us that you would be okay with a proven sexual exploiter serving as the president of America, right? So I just find it hard to believe that you care about trans women and women's sports if you don't care about a sexual abuser rapist in the Oval Office.
In the same breath, I stated that policies are being made of this.
Right, but so can I just get a yes or no to my question? Right, if a man, right, perved on the naked bodies of women and girls unconsensually, all right, and then boasted about it like it was a good thing, would you ever in a million years support them as president? Yes or no?
No.
Even if it was Trump?
Even if it was Biden.
Go ahead and roll that clip. Go ahead and roll that clip, Parker.
And I'm an African American, by the way.
Give me 1 second. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Right. So you just told us that if Donald Trump had done this, then you would no longer support him as president. You just heard Donald Trump admitting to doing this. Therefore, you don't support Trump as president unless you're a spineless coward hypocrite that doesn't really care about, right, these moral virtues. And you are now going to contradict yourself. So which one is it?
Just because I support his policies doesn't mean I support his behavior.
Okay, well, no, the notion was, do you support him as president? And you said no.
I
Right?
support
You
his
said that you
policy.
would not support Donald Trump as president, and you would have never in a billion years vote for him as president if he had boasted about sexually exploiting naked women and or naked girls. That is what you said. Okay, Parker has the full ability to roll back the clip of the live stream, right, and replay your answer to said question, right, if you're going to act like that's not what you said. All right, but that is what you said. Don't try to twist shit. All right. You said you would
pretty
not
sure
support him as
that
president,
he
and you
would
would
make
not
sure
vote for
that
him
the women
if he had
are-
boasted about sexual exploitation, right? Such as what he just did. So obviously, right, because you're a man of your word, you're now going to tell us that you no longer support Trump as president, right?
I support the policies.
Okay, so do you support him as president? Yes or no? Why are you being so unclear? Yes or no? Do you still support him as president?
I vote on policies.
Okay, so
It's
no,
not
yes,
about-
yes. But you just
not
told me.
about
You
identity
just told me,
politics.
sir. You just told me that if Donald Trump, right, had boasted about sexually exploiting naked women and or naked girls by looking at them unconsensually when they had no clothes on in their dressing rooms after barging in, right,
I would
you
not
would never
support-
vote for
I would
him.
not support him.
You would mystical. You would quote unquote. This is what you agreed to. Never vote for him in a million years. Do you affirm that is something that you agreed to or not?
I would never support him as president, but I would support his policies.
What?
You're still not answering to what I'm saying here. You said that if you knew Donald Trump had done this, you would never vote for him in a million years. You did say that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you regret your vote for Trump now that you've learned that he's done this?
No.
Okay, well, that's a contradiction. Because in one breath, you're saying that you agree to the notion that now that you know he's done this, you would never vote for him in a million years. But you disagree to the notion that you regret voting for him as president not even 10 months ago, right? Even though you now know he's done this. That would be contradictory.
Do you know Hunter Biden?
Do you know what a pivot is? Because it's what you're engaging in right now.
Have you ever seen Hunter Biden smoke crack?
Oh my God.
Can't say
Have you
them
ever
live.
responded
I
to
have
a
go on to
point?
the next person. I've got to go on to the next person. You can't say that on the TikTok live.
Dude, oh my God.
We got to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria that I have listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
You're trolling?
No.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Dude, he's trolling.
Donald Trump.
Okay.
Dude said "nah," and you believed him. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's funny.
Dude, I don't know. I trust people, I guess, sometimes. Maybe I should stop. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
No, 723.
Do you support Trump?
I do support Trump.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Probably have to go Trump
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
over and over again.
Why do you support Trump?
Well, I think there's a plethora of reasons. The first thing is typically, I think the housing market will eventually get lower. People can argue like tariffs, this and that, or whatever, but in general, I think it will get lower here soon. Grocery prices, or they've gone. I've seen things about them going up or whatever, but it's like fine for now because it's because of a certain reason. So you just have to like think about
What's certain reasons?
actual things. Well, the government is shut down right now because the Democrats don't want, like, basically people who are here. Like,
Does this sound like that one troll? You know, like that
Let me
one
listen a
troll.
little bit more.
He's looking scared.
Hey, Tommy. Have you ever personally spoke to Jesus?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I can't tell.
Dude, I think it is.
I don't know.
Tommy, am I
don't
right?
know.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've spoke to either of you, but I've
don't
spoken to
think
Harry
so?
before. I was talking to one of your friends, I think, or Chris or Harry.
I don't know. I believe him.
Okay, I guess. Oh, now you're believing. Okay, all right, go for it, man.
I'm confused. Wait, sorry.
You just sound like a person that's been on the stream that was trolling many times.
Okay.
Okay. It totally is. It totally is. It totally is. It totally is. It's totally the guy, dude. It's totally the guy, dude.
Dude, the last time he joined my live, he fucking pissed on live.
Dude.
He pissed.
That's diabolical, man. That's actually diabolical. Yes, this is why, again, I just said it to myself. Stop trusting Parker. Please, stop.
Nah, man. Dude's been a legendary
Same thing,
troll
the
in
gem
the
guy.
lives for quite some time now.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
No, but I have a question.
Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? For the people asking us to live battle, I don't know if Dean can do that today, man. I don't know if Dean can do that today.
Yeah,
We might have to do that here soon. I don't know
think
if
I
today is the
can.
day.
Yeah, I didn't go live today for a reason. I didn't go live today for a reason. Unless you just want to live battle with me in silence.
Yeah, a silent live battle. I don't think that's
Yeah.
wanted. So we're gonna do that a different day here pretty soon though.
I could say, let's go. Let's beat Parker. What about that?
Yo, it's up. How old are you? No, we need Dean at 100%. Yo, it's up. How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, Dean, didn't you used to
How old are you?
support Trump?
How old are you?
Is that true, Dean?
Hey, Patty, how old are you?
I respect you, Dean. I respect you, my boy. That you left that orange.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next individual.
I don't know how he's gonna end that sentence, but man, when I
he's talking
supported
about the
Trump,
orange
I was
fuck,
like,
yeah.
I was like,
He's like,
15.
yo, what's up,
guys?
No, he was glad that you changed your mind. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm 19.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's your birth year?
My birth year, 2005.
What month?
August.
Yeah, nice
Dude,
math.
that profile picture is so fucking silly.
It is.
Oh my god, there's still like random children believing that I threatened to be a Republican. Somebody in the chat just said, Dean threatened to be Republican. Oh my god. All right. You are so susceptible to propaganda. All right. It is kind of embarrassing. Okay. There's like a certain group of individuals on the left that like, oh my god, they give me secondhand embarrassment so much. Somebody like clipped me talking to Zoran and then him like having like a straight face when I was bringing up how Republicans are blaming him for 9/11. And then like there was like a certain faction of people on the left were like, oh, he's talking to Dean and he doesn't look happy. Oh, I'm so happy that he hates Dean. No, bro, he had a straight fucking face because I was talking about how Republicans were blaming him for one of the largest terrorist attacks on American soil. Jesus Christ. Anyways, go ahead.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19.
What's your birth year?
2005.
What month?
December.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay, why? Why do you support?
Because of his policies. I completely understand the argument of his things he says and his personality of not being
Dean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Briley, you said that you're 19?
Yes.
Do you have a driver's license? I'm not going to ask to see it, just curious.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're driving on the road and there's a dotted yellow line next to a solid yellow line and you're on the side of the solid yellow line, what does that mean for you?
It's still a line.
Let me make it more specific. I'm gonna give you a second chance here. So you're driving in your car down a road, and in the middle of that road, right? There's a dotted yellow line next to a solid yellow line, and there's cars coming the other way on the other side of the dotted yellow line next to the solid yellow line. Okay? And you're driving the way next to the solid yellow line. What does that mean for you? And what does that mean for the cars driving in the other direction?
It's just a line? Like, what?
So if you're driving on the side with a dotted yellow line, what can you do?
No, two cars cannot drive the same way at each other. They would crash.
I don't think that. I think she's lying.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to stay on the better safe than sorry. If I'm wrong, I really apologize.
I don't think that you're wrong, because like she didn't even like seemingly know, right? Like what a dotted yellow line or a solid yellow line even meant, right? Like she doesn't even have a driver's license.
I'm 19.
Do you support Trump?
I don't support him entirely.
Okay, well, I heard I don't support, and I clicked the end button. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
August.
Dude, this math is atrocious. What is going on right now? Dude, what is up with all of the fetuses joining the stream right now?
Dude, all
it's
the
Sunday.
children, man.
There's so many fetuses, and they're all getting their fucking age wrong, dude.
Wait, I actually gotta, while you're trying to find the next guest, I gotta shout out a quick show, all right? Y'all need to watch Pluribus, okay? It was just dropped by Vince Gilligan, same guy who made Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, right? First two episodes are out, and it's like fucking fire, okay? All right, homie's gonna go 3 for 3. Homie's gonna go 3 for 3.
Wait, what's it called again? I literally zoned out.
Pluribus.
And okay.
Yeah, it's by Vince Gilligan, same dude who did Better Call
what's
Saul
up,
and
Dean?
Breaking
You're
Bad.
a fucking nigger.
You're disgusting. You're
Definitely a Trump supporter, but I mean underage and spamming slurs, so you're banned, kid.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Is this your guest box, Dean?
Hello?
Is this what you do every day? This is just like...
Yeah, this isn't too far off of what's normal.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your birth year?
2007.
What month?
May.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I just think he has just like massive meat and just
big old meat, dude.
Dude,
Mr.
this is
Trump.
an incredible guest box so far. We've
I mean,
really gotten
listen.
some debates.
I mean, listen,
There's
just
almost
to stay
9,500 people on the
accurate.
TikTok stream, and we
Just
can
to
handle
stay accurate, okay, because we're looking for accuracy here. Stormy Daniels did say Donald Trump has a tiny penis.
Am I muted?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. What month were you born?
August 16th, 2007.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
I couldn't vote, but Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
I don't have a list of reasons. I just like him more.
Why?
I guess like just watching his debates, I just like it more. I enjoy watching him more.
Why?
More entertaining.
More entertaining? You like Trump because he's more entertaining?
Yeah.
So you don't look at policy, you don't look at his character.
Wait,
because
is politics
to you he's more
supposed to be entertaining?
No, and it's supposed to be for the betterment of the country.
Right. When politics is entertaining, there's usually like something like real broken. Okay, right. The day when politics is boring and dry as hell,
it's probably for the better.
Yeah, there's a day that we're probably doing all right.
Yeah, you're right.
So you don't support Trump anymore?
I guess, yeah, I didn't have a great reason.
Okay, so you don't support Trump, right?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't vote for him again if he could run, but...
Okay. Wow. W's. Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Look at that. Mind changed. Boom. Next. Let's go to the next individual. W's.
Dude, we're about to break 10K people. Let's go.
I know, right?
Let's go.
It's you turning on your live status.
Dude, we got the crew, dude.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Got the crew.
29.
Do you support Trump?
I'm 29.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I'm 29.
Bro,
I'm just messing. I love you guys. Have a good one.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
That was a good one. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen.
Lauren, thank you so much for the $2 on Venmo. Appreciate you.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi.
How old are you?
40.
Do you support Trump?
Sure.
Okay. If you go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
For the first time, he's looking at Nigeria.
Oh,
and he's making some things work out for Nigeria.
So you're not American?
No, Canadian.
Oh, okay. We are just looking for debates for people who currently live in the United States and can vote. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
Nah, but I smacked the shit up.
You're not Jeff Teague, buddy. Calm down, kid. Calm down, buddy. You're not Jeff Teague.
Did you see him literally address that?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
You.
I just like more money. Like, I feel like Kamala charges us too much. What do you think?
What's your birth year?
2005.
What month?
March 2005.
And you said you're how old?
20.
You'd be 20.
Okay. All right. And you said what? Say what you said again.
I just think Kamala charges us too much money. And
what do you mean by that? That's a little bit of an incoherent claim, right? The
Yeah.
president's not selling anything to you, so like,
just
charging too much money. That's an incoherent sentence.
I just think like inflation's just a
Oh,
ton,
inflation.
bro.
Okay.
How did
so,
they cause
so what's your
inflation?
argument? What's your argument that Kamala Harris would be worse for inflation, considering fact number one, that the policy she ran on is significantly less than the policy that Donald Trump is implementing today? And fact number two, Donald Trump's policy directly causes inflation, such as the direct inflationary effects of his tariffs, little bro.
Dang, little bro. That was actually tough. Why don't you hit your vape, Dean?
You got it.
Do you have an intellectual
Fucking
response,
happily.
bud?
Hit your vape, Dean.
Dude, I'm smacking that shit just like I'm intellectually smacking you down in this debate, kid.
Yo, are you gay?
Okay,
No.
we're gonna
Yo,
kick him
Parker.
Yo, Parker. Bye. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 26.
Do you support Trump?
Hell no, but I love you guys both. Keep.
Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen.
Yo,
what's up, Holly?
Claudia, thank you. Go ahead.
18.
Do you support Trump?
You support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
2007.
What month?
September.
Go ahead.
I got two people to thank real quick. Thank you so much for the $20.
First off,
Thank you for the $20 over on Venmo, Claudia. Claudia with a $20 says, I hope you feel better soon. I highly recommend some lemon ginger tea and some honey. Keep cooking, people. Much love. All the love to you, Claudia. Thank you so much for the $20.
First off, I want to talk about.
Hey, buddy, pipe down, kid. Two more thank yous. Thank you so much for the love, Claudia. And then Keegan, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. Thank you so much for love, Keegan. And I read your message. You're unequivocally wrong, but thank you for the $10. Go ahead, David.
Linda, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Really, I really appreciate
All right, first off, I want to talk about the Epstein file since you guys.
NECA, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Tegan, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let me make sure I caught Emily. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 as well. Thank you. Alrighty, let me make sure I'm fully caught up.
Yo, chat saying the rage bait. Jay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of rage baiting tonight. But listen, I'm still gonna make some productive points. Right, we're here to change minds, but I guess I'm feeling a little bit more goofy than usual.
Maybe
David, go ahead.
Elevation is necessary.
Yeah,
Adrian, thank you so much for the $5. Perwinkle, thank you so much for the $2. Hex, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you. Elena, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10 as well. Unfortunate, thank you so much for the 10. And then Tara, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I think I'm fully caught up.
Go ahead, David.
All right, so first off, I want to talk about is you guys love talking about the Epstein files, but when Biden and Kamala were president, they never made any attempts to release the files. At the end,
they released
October,
trumping on the flight log 7 different times.
and also in October, Trump tried to release the Epstein files, and the judge declined them. So, what do you think about that?
It's also a false statement. So what Donald Trump wanted to release was selected testimony from specifically Epstein's grand jury. Okay, so what could have been released would have included no information about any Epstein associate, but only the relevant information that led to his specific convictions, right? And, right, he would have personally selected the relevant parts for release from those files. And the reason why it failed is because the judge ruled it is like illegal to release. So you're wrong, buddy.
Okay, and next, why don't you talk about migration and all you supporters that say like Trump is so bad for deporting people when like people like Barack Obama, they deported way more people, and like they're not talking about that. Like, why do you bring this up?
Proportionally going to deport more, alongside the fact that Donald Trump is engaging in less due process comparative to Barack Obama. Donald Trump has expanded expedited removal to everyone within the country who's been in the country for at least within 2 years. Specifically, who came in the country undocumented, and the expedited removal process does not specifically allow for them to hold due process. Whereas specifically prior under Obama, it was everyone specifically within 2 weeks of being here, or that is within 100 miles of a border.
All right, and then let's talk about how the Republicans generally, they care more about the economy. Like Democrats, their goals are less centered on that. They're more centered on other things that aren't really as important. More like,
oh my God, you're so fucking silly. You're so fucking silly. Real quick, if the Republicans cared more about the economy, then why has every single fact of the economy gotten significantly worse within the last 10 months? Not only did we have negative GDP growth in Q1, but today we had a Trump official speak out and say that we're likely to have negative GDP growth in Q4. Not to mention investment into manufacturing has plummeted. Not to mention that unemployment has gone up. Last month, we literally got the worst job report that we've received since 2003. Motherfucker, right? Where our economy lost 156,000 jobs. All right, and you're gonna sit here and tell me that Republicans care more about the economy? No, you've just been victim to propaganda. But that's what we're here to discuss. The economy performs significantly better under Democrats because the Democrats come with sensible policy to benefit the average everyday American. Meanwhile, Trump has came with unsensible policy to serve as a detriment to low-income Americans, right, while benefiting him and his rich buddies.
Where are all your sources for this information? Because I know you guys like to talk about all these things, but you don't like actually back them up with like real information.
I got you. So my source that investment into American manufacturing has plummeted would be from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Data pointed from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. You could find this by going to Google and typing in FRED, real fixed private investment into manufacturing. My source that we lost 153,000 jobs last month would be the Bureau of Labor Statistics. My source that unemployment has gone up would also be the Bureau of Labor Statistics. My source source that GDP went down in the first quarter would be the Atlanta Fed and the Federal Reserve as a whole. Then my source that a Trump official has said that the GDP is going to go down in the fourth quarter of this year would be, I mean, like any mainstream news outlet, they all reported on that today. And then what else did I say? My source for what else did you want?
No, I mean that's kind of it. But I want to ask you another question. The Democrats, do not want to keep the government open. They want to make the Republicans look as bad as they can. And they say they have the Senate. They say they have the Senate, House of Representatives, all of that. But like the Republicans are trying to open.
Do you know what happened today, David?
No, yeah, what happened today? They're trying to open it up.
Okay, so then what you're saying is stupid then.
No, but I'm saying the last 40 days, like the Republicans.
Like unfortunately, right? The Democrats lost their spines and voted to open up the government. No, I actually agree with all the Democrats that voted to not open the government.
Why? Because you want healthcare to illegal aliens?
What?
Well, I mean,
No.
actually, that's illegal under the Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act in 1996. You're uneducated. I want healthcare for everyday American citizens, right? And when the Republicans ultimately get their way, right, the ACA subsidies are going to expire, and guess what? The premiums for the ACA and Medicaid are expected to go up by 75%, right? The average family in Maine on Medicaid is expected to spend an additional $16,000, right, in premiums next year. Okay, Republicans proposed unsensible legislation that would have fucked over 55 million of us, and you're going to tell me that you condemn the people that attempted to prevent them from achieving that goal? You have everything so backwards. Okay, every single Democrat that has held out from voting for the Republicans' funding bill is a goddamn patriot that actually cares about this country, unlike the cryptic Republicans that only care about the top 1%.
Yo, you're honestly just like mumbling right now, bro. Like I don't even know what you're even talking about.
I'm not mumbling. My voice is a little bit shot, but I'm not.
You're
mumbling.
just not tracking, buddy. You're just not tracking.
And why don't you look at other countries that have the best illegal migration policies that are thriving, and like the UK, there are issues right now. Like their migration issue is so bad that everyone's coming in.
I have a question here, David. Name one way an undocumented immigrant coming to our country, undocumented, who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime, is harming you. Name one way. Materially.
They actually have. They're stealing jobs from hardworking Americans and the people that apply.
I can send you a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research that indicates specifically for people who are already in the country, who are U.S. citizens, their employment goes up when immigration comes into our country, along with the fact that wages go up, alongside the fact that we see a GDP increase.
Yeah, but they commit more crime
they actually. I can send you multiple studies that indicate they commit a multiple time lower rate of violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country compared to natural born U.S. citizens. So, are you just going to make up lies every time you don't have any information to say that they shouldn't be allowed in the country?
Yes, because there's actually more legal people in America, and of course they're going to make more crimes because there's less illegal.
We're talking about per capita. We took into account population. Already thought about that, bud.
And why do Democrats want like transgender?
Don't go. But trans people once Parker cooks your ass. Okay, go ahead and respond to him, you fraud.
No, that's not true.
Oh, you're just gonna deny reality because it doesn't coincide with your bias? Real smart of you, pal. Dude, I need to calm down a little bit. Sorry, guys.
Dean, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I don't know if you guys could tell. I'm a little pissed off that the Democrats voted to not extend the ACA premiums tonight. I've been going fucking crazy. I've been telling the Democrats that voted for it to resign in shame on Twitter. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been pissed. Sorry.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Wait, is this the same guy? No, it's a different David. Oops. Smith, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Maze as well with the $4.20. Yes, I will. I got you. That's a bit too many blinkers. Dennis, thank you for $5.
Linda, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo, who says, feel better, Dean. Thank you so much for the love, Linda. I'm not going to lie. I'm sick of being sick. It's been like a week now. I'm starting to get pissed. You like, does anybody else out there like hate being sick so
Me.
much that it pisses you off when you are?
That's me.
Yeah,
You know what's
but
up,
thank you
Haldia?
for the love, Linda.
Bro, I'm like, I literally can't think right now, bro. This is so annoying. I can't think. Like, I'll be on the live. It's actually horrible. It's atrocious to be able to try to think and like when you're super sick.
Yeah, and also like losing your voice when you run a talk show. Oh, dude.
Oh, dude, it's
my
brutal.
God.
Yo, what's up, Haldia?
Brutal.
Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, okay. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, I'm 24.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for him both times. He got elected.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
Well, I think the other side is worse, so.
How so?
Too progressive, too liberal.
How are we too progressive and liberal?
Well, you mean you as in like Kamala or?
Kamala or me?
It's just going a little too far left, so.
In what way?
What do you think? What do you
be
think?
Specific?
Yeah, what do you think Kamala Harris went too far left on?
Well, I think
some of her biggest ops were leftist, man. I think that
Like
this
who?
is just a low IQ take.
Wait, who though?
Like almost every leftist ever.
Can you name one?
Yeah, for sure. A woman by the name of Athena. Just first person that comes to my head. Didn't like her policy. I'm not a leftist, but I didn't like some of her policy.
Yeah, so I'm allowed to like I'm allowed to not like some of Trump's policies, but he's still better to me than the other side.
Okay, right. That's kind of implied by the fact that you're here
Can you be
debating us.
specific?
So, keeping conservative traditional family values, that's something that's important.
Really, traditional family values and cheating on every single one of your wives, and having like literally multiple different divorces.
Oh yeah. Do you think men are? Well, I'll let you respond to Parker first. I'm sorry.
Wait, go ahead. I want to hear what
Is
you
that
said.
no? Tell me, is that a traditional family structure?
No,
Okay, is that traditional family values?
it's not correct, but
No. So then, why would you say that Donald Trump upholds family and traditional values to a greater extent?
well, his party does, not him.
In what way?
Can I?
Go ahead.
Well, the Republicans value family values.
You can't say how. Go ahead.
No,
Dean.
Democrats. Okay,
traditional-
Democrats.
So the traditional family structure, would you say that would include the man leading and working and protecting, providing, the woman like staying at home, cooking, cleaning, raising the kids?
No, I mean she's not a slave, but there should be some dynamic where, yeah, the man has a more forward presence.
So do you think that men are better at leading than women?
There's a long history of men leading. compared to-
Wait,
I
do
didn't
you
ask you
think
if
that
there's a
men
long
are better
history.
at leading than women? Yes or no?
Yeah, I didn't ask you if there's a long history.
course they are.
Leading. Okay, could you give a reason why? Why are men better at leading than women? Let's hear it.
Because violence is the underlying pressure, you know.
Oh, so I mean that was an incoherent statement. But are you saying that men are better at leading than women because they're more violent?
Because if the violence comes into the picture, men can handle themselves more.
So wait, I'm now confused.
Who's more
on what
likely
you're
to
saying.
commit that violence?
You're okay. Well, okay. Well, I'll let you go, Parker. But then I want to be able to run a
No, go
dialogue
ahead.
train a bit.
Go ahead.
No. If you want to finish that point, like
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So you think that men are better at leading than women, because you think that they're better equipped to deal with violence?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
What woman has led an empire or a, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now you're saying that you think that men are better at leading than women because you can't think of like too many examples in history of like women leading. Well, like first and foremost, the reason why you can't think of too many examples of women in history leading is because you're uneducated. Like for instance, right now, right, Japan it's not an actual empire, but they call themselves an empire, and right now their prime minister is a woman. So technically, that's a woman leading an empire.
But she's a puppet. She's not even like
the great female leaders that we see all around the world, like the president of India, Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Elizabeth Elizabeth I, or right, the last PM of Germany, the current president of Mexico, and Iceland, and a handful of others. But if you're just saying that you think that men are better at leading than women, because it is the case, you could think of more leaders throughout history that have been men. Okay, well, before Obama served as a president of the United States of America, right, we'd only had presidents that were white. What would you respond to a very racist person in 2007 who said that white people are better at leading than black people because we've never had a black president?
I would say they're wrong.
Okay, so you think that it's wrong to assume just because one demographic is more predominant within a position of leadership, it makes them better at it. Therefore, you just disputed your own logic. Thank you for cooking yourself.
I mean, that was a decent point. Okay.
All right. So, do you have any other reasons insofar as why you think that men are better at leading than women? We could go through them all with you, my friend.
Can you tell me why women are as good as men? How about that?
Because I'd say that there's no relevant distinctions between men and women that would make men better at leadership. If anything, right, I would say that there's some relevant distinctions that might possibly make women better at leading on average. However, I would not use gender as a relevant indicator of leadership ability. But the reason I'd say that possibly women are better at leading on average has to do with their emotional regulation when compared to men. Okay, right? Men commit 90% of violent crimes for a reason. Men are more likely to drunk drive for a reason. Men are more likely to recklessly drive for a reason. Men are more likely to self-unalive for a reason. Men are more likely to abuse hard drugs as an unhealthy coping mechanism to deal with unprocessed emotions compared to going to therapy for a reason. Men are more likely to perform worse in school for a reason. And men are more likely to perform worse under stressful conditions when compared to women for a reason. That reason being that women are biologically predisposed to be able to deal with pain and manage stress better compared to men because of the thicker spines that they have on their dendrites in the context of their neuroanatomy that evolution gave them to deal with childbirth. Not saying that they have to give birth to children, but simply saying because they can, right? Evolution gave them a better pain and stress management level.
Okay, so you guys are professional debaters. I get it, but okay. So are you saying that men and women can do everything equally, and there should be no comparative difference? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, obviously, men and women don't do everything equally, like violent crime, right? But like, I mean, what my argument would be is that there's no relevant differences between men and women that make men better at leading.
Okay, so just the leading. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, so why have
could you give us examples of things that men specifically do or men have that make them better leaders?
Can I respond with a question?
Sure.
So why, after the 19th Amendment, all the rights women were granted? Oh, no. Can I complete my question? In the United States, why have depression rates for women like skyrocketed since then? Aren't they supposed to be happier?
We have a better ability of being able to diagnose that. Same things happened for men, dude. We have a better ability now to diagnose it. You think that now we don't have a better ability to diagnose depression comparative to in the past?
So it's just that. It's just the.
That is literally the main reason. Yes.
Also, just like another thing, I would love to point this out real quick. Today, in 2025, right, we know more about male pattern baldness than we do about the female anatomy. Okay, so 100 years ago in 1920, where do you think we were with being able to identify and attribute something such as depression, right, to the behaviors and activity of women?
So you would probably say the same thing for the rise in trans cases. We just can, now we're like exponentially.
We have a greater ability of specifically diagnosing people in plenty of circumstances in terms of the situations of depression. And then for this situation, this is not related to that. This is specifically that people are more accepted in coming out.
And you don't think there's any trend that people, like some lost kids, are just attaching themselves to have some kind of identity?
I think that there are plenty of other things specifically that they would engage in if that was the case, specifically that are not related to being trans, that specifically would come with significantly less societal stigma.
I think Dean's pulling up some data for me.
Oh, wait. So, no, my mic cut out. I don't even know what you asked. But I was just going to say, right, like even in medicine, like as I was just talking about in like the 1920s, right, every point that Parker's bringing up right now is valid, by the way. But holy shit, dude, right? Like in the 1920s, the 19th century, like early to mid 20th century, like women were so fucking like marginalized within medicine. It was like insane, right? Like doctors kind of looked at women as being sickly and irrational by nature if they were treated at all, which often would require the consent of their husband, they were just kind of treated with this paternalistic attitude, and so on and so forth. And of course, right, these things are still true today. However, right, in the 19th and 20th century, right, it was just prevalent to such like an insanely higher degree, to the extent where like if a woman was sad, right, that was just kind of the expectation. Go to the pharmacy and buy some Quaaludes. Not should I probably go see if I have depression or like anxiety. You know what I mean?
So I'm sure that was true for like Black Americans as well before, but what's the greater point you're making?
I think the greater point that I'm making, right, is that there's still medical marginalization that exists in this world, and more specifically in the United States of America for women today. However, it is something that has existed at significantly higher extents in the past, right, which have led to like an under level of diagnosis of like depression within women.
So instead of, okay, even if Trump doesn't promote family values, you would rather like the left side where just popping abortion pills and sleeping around, and there's no family. I mean, the family is deteriorating in the West.
Actually, being pro-choice is being pro-family.
How?
Yeah, you understand
because
that
we see
people
better.
don't- Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was like, it is the case that people have more children, specifically in the long run, if you allow them to plan their particular when they have children, along with specifically it makes us better off economically speaking. So actually increasing access to freedom and choice specifically is beneficial within all of those respects.
Right. And then there's also many other ways that the right is incredibly anti-family. Like, for instance, right, like I bet you probably don't think that like gay couples should be able to adopt, right? You think that like two gay parents would be like bad parents.
I mean, I never said that, but okay.
Well, I said I bet, right? I didn't say I know. I said I bet.
Okay.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I have no opinion on that.
So do you think that like gay individuals are like worse at being parents than straight individuals?
No.
No, okay. Well, like many individuals on the right do, right? That's a very predominant
Okay.
belief, and that's also anti-family, right? Because from the data we know that families with two like gay parents have the same parental outcomes, if not in some scenarios better than families with like parents of opposite sexes, right? And because there's so much stigmatization surrounding right gay individuals on the right and surrounding gay parents on the right, this leads to like the marginalization of perfectly good and healthy families. Right, which in turn would also therefore hurt their children, and then also like the lack of social safety nets that the right promotes, right? Like wanting to get rid of food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, so on and so forth. That hurts families, right? I mean, Donald Trump just went on like a 2-week battle, right? Like fighting with the courts, arguing that he shouldn't have to pay out food stamp benefits to 42 million Americans, including 13 million American children.
Well, if I can move to another point, that's fine. Another reason I like Trump is America already gets involved in all other countries' affairs, so at least he's trying to create peace in the different parts of the world. Is that not a okay point?
Sorry, wait, I zoned out. Sorry, what was the question?
I said America gets involved in countries' affairs regardless, so at least Trump is trying to make peace in these.
No, dude, he's definitely not trying to make peace. He's literally been bombing countries around the entire world. He's bombed multiple boats, specifically off the coast of Venezuela, which has specifically led to over 60 deaths, where there's absolutely no evidence that they've given to Congress specifically that they have had access to drugs. Yet Donald Trump is still engaged in that, right? So that's not engaging in peacetime actions. That's engaging in war and conflict.
So even though Kamala would still fund the genocide in Palestine, for example, you guys are fine with this, or do you also criticize her on that?
We criticize the Democratic Party specifically for funding that, right? But it is the case that we can point to the fact that Donald Trump is significantly worse as it relates to that, and plenty of other foreign policy issues, along with practically every domestic policy issue. So we have to be able to acknowledge the distinction between the Democrats and the Republicans, and acknowledge that Republicans are significantly worse, like Donald Trump.
And is that because like they're what's the word? Evangelicals?
What? Restate that?
Is that why they support them more? Is what you're saying? Cause, like Israel, because they're evangel. I can't say the word.
Well, actually,
Christian.
Netanyahu considers Donald Trump like Israel's greatest ally in the Oval Office ever.
I mean, that's his weakest point for me is him bending over for Netanyahu.
Oh, okay.
For me, that's his weakest point.
I mean, you can also point to the fact that he was held civilly liable of sexual abuse. You can also point to the fact that he incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol and pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and he called them patriots. You can also point to the fact that he said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. You can also point to the fact that he bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where an 18-year-old came out and said there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms and Donald Trump would barge in. Let alone the trade wars caused around the entire world, let alone the specific anti-science claims from his administration claiming that the climate change is a hoax specifically, and that Tylenol usage during pregnancy causes autism, even though there's a study indicating no association after taking into account genetics and siblings.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he is kind of a pervert, yes, but
kinda
not but also, but also in the insurrection, you say, I mean, they did find supposedly like FBI agents were pretending to be civilians as well. It's not like fully innocent civilians that marched on the Capitol.
Guess what? First and foremost, it was Trump's FBI. Second of all, Donald Trump's appointee as the director of FBI, Kash Patel, went on Fox News the day after Donald Trump made that claim and said it wasn't true.
Yeah, but there's leaks that...
No, there's not leaks. There's just a statement made by Trump.
So you believe every single person there at the insurrection was Trump supporters, like genuine Trump supporters?
I believe that you believe the baseless word of mouth of Trump, right? Even when it is the case that his own FBI director has contradicted a statement.
And
yeah, why did Trump pardon liberals that were specifically there to cause division? Why would Trump do that?
No. He didn't pardon any FBI agents, but
so
they were
all of the people that he pardoned were conservatives, correct?
Yes, but they were there.
So if all the people he pardoned were conservatives, the violent rioters who beat police officers, who he called patriots, right? Those people specifically were also conservatives, Trump supporters, and they were specifically pardoned by Donald Trump, indicating that he condones that behavior.
I mean, I'm not tinfoil hatting whatever the chat's saying, but there's reports on FBI agents being there, and they were stirring the pot.
Trump's FBI.
There's not. I'm so sorry, man. There's just simply not any.
Okay, so it's not true. I mean,
there was
maybe I read
plainclothes
something
FBI
wrong.
agents stirring the pot. That's just fake news, dude. Give me the report. Give it to me.
Okay, I mean, maybe that was fake, but
God, all that it takes for you to roll over is to ask for evidence. Jesus, man.
no, I mean, I'm saying maybe it is. I mean, I have to dig into it, but
Then dig
trust
into
me, bro.
Yeah. Yo, over on PayPal, Megan, thank you so much for the $15 on PayPal and happy 20th birthday. Dude, I need everybody watching to wish a very happy birthday to Megan. Down below in that chat as well as Joanne with a $10.
Happy
She
birthday,
says,
Megan.
I've loved watching your debates recently and it's helped me really get into debating myself. Let's fucking go, Joanne. And then Kelvin, thank you so much for the $1 over on PayPal. And Kelvin with the $5 as well, saying don't read out loud. I'm actually going to read it out loud. Parker allows guests to pivot too often.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. Then Yeshua, thank you for the $2 and the 50 cents. Shayana, thank you so much for the $3. And Brittany with the $5. And then Keegan, thank you so much for the $10. I don't know if it's too often. I definitely will say sometimes I watch you, Parker, and I'm like, dang, let him get away. Let him get away. But
Dude,
it's
I feel like
honestly
I'm
pretty
constantly
hard.
getting people to try to answer that. I feel
Dude,
like
but it's
that's
so
always-
hard. It's almost like an unwinnable game, right? Because of like how frequently the Trump supporters will try to pivot.
Can I ask you guys about like Mamdani, like your views on him?
Okay, so
I
thank
don't
you to a
know
few
how that
people
would
first.
relate to a conversation about Trump.
Well,
Danielle, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $11. Thank you so much. Ashley with the $5. Thank you. Emily, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I definitely will. Thank you so much, Emily. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And then Megan as well. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. As well as Zhang, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I mean, it's
Powell,
not-
thank you for the $14 as well. Thank you. They said who was president on January 6, 2021. Emily, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, it's not a pivot. It's not a pivot if he's his Trump's biggest opponent right now. He's like Mamdani.
Well, he's not his opponent.
Well,
Yeah,
I
what are
mean,
you
someone
talking
that's speaking against him in that sense, he is.
What?
The question that we're asking here is why do you support Trump?
Because he's better. He's better than the other side. Okay, we can get.
How does that conceptually relate to our thoughts on Zoran Mamdani
Okay,
whatsoever?
you can ignore that, but because he's better than the other side. That's why. I mean, you guys made a profession out of this, you know.
How is Donald
Kamala
Trump
Harris.
better than Kamala Harris?
Sorry.
Because he's a man and he's not a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then you want to debate on that one? Why is he a
Yes.
better leader just because he's a man?
We already went over this.
Yeah, we already did this.
Actually, then I'll ask him my question here. If Donald Trump and Kamala Harris swapped bodies, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris's body, and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's body, who would you vote for?
The man.
Oh, so you would vote for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's body?
Yeah, if she was a man.
Okay, so by the way, it has nothing to do with the characteristics they have, has nothing to do with the policies they advocate for, has 100% to do with their biology. That just tells us you don't actually have a basis for them being a better leader. You're just saying because they have male biology, right? It is the case that they're a better leader. That's an incoherent argument. That's not predicated off of any actual leadership qualities or characteristics or policies that would lead a country towards like a better situation.
Question.
There's women that only vote for Kamala because she's a woman.
Question.
How is that not equal?
Question. Who are you taking for supreme leader of the world? Mother Mary or Hitler?
Wait, who?
Mother Mary or Hitler? Supreme leader of the world. Who you got?
I mean, I'm not Christian, so I don't care. But
your mom or Hitler?
Neither.
Your mom or Hitler?
Neither.
Your mom? Your mom?
I don't want her.
You would pick neither. I'm sorry. You would pick neither. How about if you're the deciding vote? Your mom or Hitler? Who would you vote for in a presidential election?
What happens if I opt out?
What do you mean opt out? That's not possible. That's impossible.
So if you don't vote, then Hitler wins by default.
Yeah.
I would vote for my mom in that case.
Okay. So now you vote for your mom. Why did we have to interrogate that out of you? That's fucking nuts. We had to interrogate out of you that you would pick your mom for president over Hitler.
Well, she doesn't want to be president. That's the point. She wants to be an at-home mother.
You understand that who is a better option given that it's necessary one or the other?
Then obviously her. I mean, I'm not going to pick Hitler.
Yeah. Okay, well then I don't even know why you were questioning it earlier and saying that you would not even vote in that circumstance.
Well, obviously, I'm messing around a little bit.
So obviously you wouldn't just vote for someone because they're a man, right?
So the woman that want to vote for Kamala because she's a woman, how is that not equal?
What?
There's females that only want to pick her just because they want. Yeah, because they want to have.
Women who are also misogynistic does not justify you being misogynistic. What are you saying?
No, I'm saying they want the first female president, the first woman president.
Oh, you're saying
people who. I have a question. Do you think the women that like only voted for Kamala Harris because she was a woman are like stupid?
No.
Of course you do, considering the fact that you think men are better at leading than women.
That's not. No,
I'm saying that. Would you say that they're wrong?
No.
You wouldn't say that they're wrong? How could, dude? Okay, what?
So wait, so
what the fuck?
If I'm a man, I don't want to vote for the man.
Wait. So you'd affirm, right, that a woman, that as a Trump supporter, that's very misogynistic, and you think that men.
I'm not misogynistic.
Yes, you are. You'd affirm that a woman only voting for Kamala Harris as a misogynistic Trump supporter, that only voted for her because she is a woman as well. You'd affirm that that is a valid and sound line of thought.
But there's those that do it. So
can you answer my question? Is it a valid and sound line of thought?
Thing to do? Is it reasonable?
I mean, you should look at their policies too, obviously.
Oh, so so it's unreasonable?
Wait, by the way, he just said that he would vote for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's body, meaning he didn't even look at the policies because the policies, right, were Kamala Harris's policies over Donald Trump's policies in that circumstance.
This is what we're getting around to, right? You think that it's unreasonable for a woman to only support Kamala Harris because she's also a woman. Therefore, because you're the one that said that this is the same thing as you only supporting Trump because he's a man, you're calling your own position unreasonable, you fucking idiot.
Well, along with his policies, but sure.
Thank you for the concession.
Sure. W's in the chat for Dean.
Okay. Like, do you accept the L? Is that what you're doing there?
I mean, you guys give yourself W's anyways, so.
I mean, we give ourselves W's by giving good arguments out, right?
Well, you make hundreds of thousands of dollars through gifts and stuff, so yeah, you win at the end.
Bro, what type of pivot was that, bro?
Oh, it's a pivot.
Now, dude, what type of relevance did that have? Pal, thank you for the $14 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Jill with the $5. Thank you. Talia, thank you for the $3. Amy, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much.
For
Lindsay,
everybody.
thank you for the $5. Garrett, the $5. Tegan with the $1. Sorry, go.
For everybody listening in right now, I'm gonna need at least $100,000 minimum directed towards my Venmo and my
You make
PayPal.
more than that.
Yeah, directly every single one of them.
Oh, buddy,
Both of
buddy,
us.
that's why I said minimum, pal. That's why I said minimum, pal. Directed towards the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in the bio right now. Quite frankly, 100K. Okay, I need a new golden watch. Need a new golden watch. Quite frankly.
At least you're capitalist.
What was the
The
what
fact
was the
that you
point of
think
it? Was
I'm
that
being
like
serious is
are
crazy.
you aren't you a Trump supporter? You're also a capitalist, right?
No, I'm saying at least you guys are, and you're not that far left.
Okay, so we're liberals. Okay, what's your point with that? I
There's
wasn't
no
sure
problem
if he
with it.
used it in a negative connotation or a positive connotation.
Yeah, I don't
there.
know.
It sounded like
I
it was
don't
a
know.
negative
It was
connotation.
kind of sarcastic.
Hey, Mary, thank you so much for the small loan of $15. Thank you so much for the love, Mary, over on Venmo. Show some love to Mary down below in that chat. Thank you so much.
Jillian, thank you for the $1 for the 100K. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jill, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, dono goal, 100K right now. Next hour. Begathon, Kai Cenat 2.0.
Any questions? Or
And sleeping, thank you so much for the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Are you
Dean?
gonna respond at all? Is that it? Are you done?
No, I mean, Dean has a grin. I want to hear his question.
I'm just laughing at you because you're fucking silly.
Yeah, like why'd you just randomly bring that up in the middle of the conversation?
Yeah,
No, I'm saying because you guys have a profession. You guys are good at debating. You're obviously, you can destroy me in a debate.
Thank you. You know what? I didn't know that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah, so you can debate a random person on TikTok live, but
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
yeah, that's why I said W's in the chat. I'm just
Brian, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal towards.
Do you have any like
Thank you so
influencer
much.
Trump supporters
And
we should
Alexander,
debate?
Thank you as well.
Who do you
I
want
know a
us to
few people in
debate?
DC.
People in DC, tell them. I'll do an in-person debate with them. Let me know. In-person debate. If they're a Trump supporter, they want to debate, I'll debate anyone.
So you come to DC?
Do I have to come to DC? Jeez.
Dude, I went to DC to debate a Trump supporter like 2 weeks ago.
And how'd that go?
Fucking fried her ass.
Is it on YouTube or something? I want to see it.
CBS hasn't posted it yet.
It was on CBS?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tellers, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. This is to piss him off. Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Audrey, thank you for the $5. Thank you. I really
I'm
appreciate
really pissed
it.
off.
Mel with the $2. Thank you. They said that Dean and I are divas. Deanvas?
Deanva.
You have any? You lost? You
No, I'm here. Can you ask me a question or?
Yeah, I got you. Can you name like an economic policy of Trump's that you like?
Well, supposedly he's going to give everyone $2,000 from the Trump tariff stimulus.
Yeah. By the way, the Secretary of the Treasury went on the news today and said, "Well, this $2,000 can come back to you in many, many ways. Maybe one of the ways it could come back to you is through the no tax on chips that Donald Trump already passed under the big beautiful bill." It's not gonna do shit, bro. All right, give it a rest. Give it a rest.
You think you're gonna get $2,000 check? Remember when we were getting Trump supporters saying that they were gonna get like a $7K check from Doge?
Yeah, bro, for real. Dude, he's just a liar, man. Oh, you know some other bullshit economic policy he's been going for recently? 50-year loans, okay? On average, a 50-year loan for, I think it's like a $500,000 house will reduce your monthly payments by $200, but will increase the total price of the house, including the additional interest from the additional 20 years, by close to $400,000.
I will say that the Doge stimulus that never hit my bank account has me kind of down, but no, I'm looking forward to the tariff stimmy.
The Doge stimulus never hit your bank account. Did you expect something to come to your bank account through the Doge stimulus?
Of course not.
Okay,
No.
so of course not. Really, I doubt. I guarantee if we had this conversation, like literally in fucking January, you would have said that bullshit. You know, I'm right.
I mean, I don't trust Elon.
You totally thought you were getting a stimulus check from the from Doge, and now you think you're getting it from the tariffs. You're not going to get it from either.
So he's gonna lie every time.
And also, by the
I
way,
just-
you're the one who pays the tariff.
Yeah, I know. Wait, so you think he lies every single time? I mean, one of the times.
Hey, dude, you know what? You know what's crazy? You voted to increase your own taxes to give tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires and to people who make over $400,000 a year. Like, genuinely, that's what you just did. You voted to increase your taxes to then give tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires.
Well, what if I'm a millionaire?
Like, that's tough, dude. That's rough.
I'm sorry, buddy. You just don't have that millionaire mentality.
Yeah, what if I am?
Hate to break it to you.
What if I'm born into it?
You're not that guy, pal.
So I'm not rich.
You're not that guy, pal.
I'm broke, guys. So I'll take your tariff stimmy if you can send it to me when it comes.
Dude, we're not gonna get a tariff stimmy.
So you think he lies every single time? Like one time it was gonna come true.
Yes, dude. He's a pathological liar. You think that guy tells the truth?
Didn't I already give you evidence that he was lying about this when I brought up how the Secretary of the Treasury went on the news today in answer to a question from a reporter surrounding that $2,000 stimmy? And he was like, well, maybe it won't exactly be a check. It could come to the average American in many ways, like no tax on tips through the big, beautiful bill that Trump already passed.
So it's equivalent to a stimulus.
Right. Now you're going to start playing the mind games yourself. Now you're going to start playing the mind games yourself. That's right.
Wait, does every American get their money through tips?
Oh, wait. If you're a millionaire, you should give me $100K.
Well, it's my family's rich, not me.
Oh, so you're not a millionaire?
Well, I can loan the money out or something, but...
So then give me 100X.
Loan? You don't have the money yourself?
100X?
No, I'm not going to send you 100K, Dean.
You're not a millionaire.
Why not? So 200K?
He makes like 300,000 a year already.
I'm sorry, buddy. I actually don't make 300,000. I make 300.
I'm sure you make more.
yeah, dude. I actually made 10 trillion last year, dude.
No, you didn't.
No way. I made 11 trillion.
That's actually classified information, Dean. You are not supposed to say that. Stephanie, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much for the tariff stimulus. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Tegan, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $1. Thank you.
So you guys act when you call Trump a liar, you act like Biden isn't the same.
I definitely don't think he was.
So when he lies about, having better policies towards Palestine, what?
You can't even think of a lie. Jesus Christ.
On Israel, everything connected to Israel, he lies about.
What did he lie about connected to Israel?
He was going to cut down the funding and whatnot.
Did he even? I don't think he pledged that. Could you show me where he pledged that?
I mean, I can look for it.
Yeah, dude, if he pledged that, right, like I would have liked him a lot more than I did, right?
But he didn't act on it.
Could you just show me where he pledged that?
Will it sign me off if I go on my...
No,
if I switch tabs? Or?
Pause. Yo, Caesar, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. Appreciate you for the $10. Caesar says President Dean and Vice President Parker. Honestly, I think that Parker would be better as a president. I'd probably be better as a vice president.
That's diabolical.
I feel like Parker's a little bit more presidential than
Dean. Your ego would not allow that.
I don't have an ego, my friend. I'm
bigger than Parker.
Humblest man alive. No one is more humble than me. Fucking check yourself. I'm sorry, I gotta stop the rich man.
Sorry, Parker's more humble. I have to just admit.
Not everyone says that.
That's likely true. Like, I don't think I got a big ego, but I will say still yet I think Parker's a little bit more humble than me.
I don't even know how you quantify that, bro.
I don't know, dude. You're like low-key like one of like the kindest guys I've ever met.
Bro, I don't like this glazing, bro. This is crazy.
Bro, dude, yeah, we got Curtis Leewood over here. No, but it's a fact, man.
I mean, even from my perspective, I could say Parker's like kinder.
No, definitely.
No, but Dean is more aggressive in.
I need to ramp up the meanness, the rudeness. Okay, chat.
No, Dean can make more aggressive, stronger, solid points, but Parker's like more compassionate.
Okay, I got to ramp up the lower the. Okay. All right. What are we doing right now? What can we debate? Bro, I don't know how to respond to this. I've lost the ability to do it. I don't know.
Trump supporters being nice to you. You never heard of it. Dean, did I hurt your feelings?
What?
Did I hear your feelings? You look sad.
I'm looking at my computer screen.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, how about this? Can you name an actual, genuine basis for why you support Trump that isn't bullshit?
It really does come down to he his party, maybe not him, supports conservative values. That's it.
Dude, can we like get another?
Which
droid
are
up
what?
here? I feel like this
Yeah.
guy's like, we kind
It's okay. Family values. Religion is important. People on the left hate religion.
You said that you weren't religious. You silly. Well, you said that you weren't Christian.
I said I wasn't Christian, but I think religion is important. But the left hates religion.
Wait.
so are you
Religion
religious?
is important, but you're not religious?
It's possible that you can be another religion. So are you another religion?
I'm a monotheist.
So you're a monotheist. So,
What,
so like,
what
what's your religion?
monotheist religion do you believe in?
The point is, religion is
What
hated on
religion?
the left.
What religion?
What monotheistic religion do you believe in?
Yeah.
I could be Jewish. I could be anything.
Oh,
No, you can't. You could only
Wait, so
be
do you
like
believe in
one
an
at a
Abrahamic
time.
God?
But why does that matter, though?
It
Do you believe in
matters
the Abrahamic
a lot for
notion
the
of God?
conversation.
Can we stick to the topic where
This
religion
is relative
hated
to
on
the
the left?
topic. You have about 10 seconds to answer before we go on to the next person.
Yeah.
All right, take care, guys. Bye bye.
Take care. Wait, did you
Bye-bye.
just deny Christ on the stream? That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Christian, so
Oh, okay. Are you Muslim?
Wait. Say Prophet Muhammad.
what is that?
Just say Prophet Muhammad.
Prophet Muhammad.
Okay, he's not Islamic.
What does that even mean?
Because I thought that individuals that follow Islam like have to say peace be upon him whenever they say like Prophet Muhammad. And he didn't say it, so I don't think that he's.
So maybe I'm Jewish.
So, are you Jewish?
No, I'm not.
But then why
Can I
are
not
you
just be-
doing this? Why can't you
Can
just
I
tell
just
us?
not be monotheist? Like, you don't have to ascribe to
You
something.
could just tell us that. Just say
That's
you
what I
don't hold
said.
to
You
a.
guys were.
No,
You were putting me down to something.
You just said that you weren't going to tell us. You could,
Okay,
you
can
could
we
be
s- okay, can we just
monotheistic,
go
but
back?
without believing in one of the Abrahamic religions. We're just trying to see.
Okay. So why is religion hated so much on the left, though?
Push the galaxy. We don't necessarily hate religion as a whole and every interpretation of it. We hate extremist interpretations of religion that people utilize to enforce upon others, specifically
Yeah.
what they should do.
I actually like love good Christians. I'm like so infatuated with like an understanding and interpretation of Christian theology that's like actually
Positive.
beneficial for society. I love it, dude. I have
you don't
so
love-
many like good Christian homies.
You don't love good Jews and Muslims and
The same thing would be true for any religion.
Yeah.
If you take if someone's Jewish and they take a progressive approach, that's great. If someone's Muslim and they take a progressive approach, that's great. I disagree with the religious beliefs, the theological beliefs, but I think it's great.
so
But they have a progressive
have
approach.
to be progressive for you to. They have to be progressive
For
for
me
you
to
to be fine with them.
ideologically align with them, yeah.
Yes, somebody does like have to like think that oppression is bad in order for me to be fine with
Wait,
it.
so what? So they have to be liberal followers of the religion. They can't just be traditional followers.
Yeah, I fundamentalist followers of religions I typically do not like.
So you mean like Orthodox when you say fundamentalist?
Yeah, like small O Orthodox, yes.
So that discounts like billions of people on Earth then.
Okay.
So you don't like those people.
Well, I don't like their beliefs.
And also, are
Okay.
you really prescribing that like people within all these different countries take those particular interpretations? In all
I mean, most people are
instances?
Orthodox of their belief system. Yeah,
But like, I don't think people typically take those interpretations.
just the traditional or
Wait,
interpretation.
I have a question. Like, what's wrong about that? Why is that wrong to do?
Because you're discounting billions of humans.
And why is that wrong? Why is that wrong to discount the harmful beliefs of quote unquote billions of humans?
But how is their beliefs harmful though?
Oh, okay. So you just reject that they're harmful.
Well, you're just stating they're harmful without.
Well, I mean, I mean, I think at that point, I think that just becomes like a totally different debate, right? And I'm not I'm not running the live. This is Parker's show, so if Parker wants to have that debate, by all means we can. But it is definitely so totally different than why does somebody support Trump as president. Yo, Maria, thank you so much for the $10 over on Vimeo, who says, love the live, keep these fuckers mad. Thank you so much, Maria. And Sarah, thank you so much for the 80. I still can't speak, bro. That's crazy. Thank you so much for the $80 over on Venmo, Sarah. Thank you so much for the love. That is fucking nuts. Thank you so much. Sarah with the $80 says, thank you for using your privilege to fight for women in marginalized communities. Thank you so much for your kindness. All the love in my heart to you. Thank you so much. Please, chat, show some love to Sarah down below for that incredibly generous donation. And then Shayna, thank you for the $2 on PayPal. Danielle with the $10 over on PayPal. Katie with the $10 on Venmo says for Dick Cheney passing on election day. And then Caesar with the $10 too.
Mary, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give me some W's for Mary in the comment section. Katie, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kayla, thank you for the $2 as well. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. And Cara, thank you so much for the $10. He said, happy birthday to Alicia. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, Dean Withers accepted someone. Okay. Yo, what's up,
Hello,
Paladin?
do you support Trump?
Okay. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. You know, like 70% of the time, that profile picture is like a fetus. I'm going to be totally honest. Like 70% of the time. Yo, what's up, Paladin?
Me, I'm 48.
You support Donald Trump?
I do. I'm not I wouldn't say I'm MAGA out, though. I would say that at this moment, I support stuff he's doing. I'm not like diehard, wear red hats, run around the street. Like, I'm not that, but I am saying that I am definitely not left. If I'm independent center.
So if you can go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Oh, Donald Trump. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, when someone asks somebody a question of what will you do to fix the economy, and you tell me how you're from a neighborhood where people water their grass, I can't really get behind you. Like, it was a simple, direct question. Like, can you imagine if Donald Trump answered that question like that? What kind of a pushback that journalist would have gave?
I think this is a misrepresentation of what she specifically responded with. Would you like to provide us
Really?
a particular clip that you're referencing?
Yeah, the one she said on every single
Because
appearance.
I can give you a million different clips of Donald Trump specifically, like not directly responding to questions, like literally going and blabbing incoherently. I can also point to the fact that he specifically has said that windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. He said that if Jesus were the vote counter, right, on election day in California, that he would have won the vote in California, right?
I get that. He says a lot of crazy stuff. I understand that. But at the same time, we have to be honest. Like, I see you guys debate a lot. Like, I really used to like to watch you and Charlie debate because he was able to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a professional debater like he was and stuff, you know? But, like, I'm saying that sometimes you guys are disingenuous. Like,
how so?
I don't care what stats you run. Like, you know as a fact, for instance, that the filibuster takes 60 votes. You know that this wasn't a continuing appropriation bill. This was a continuing resolution bill. You have videos of the same Democrats that shut the government down for healthcare right now saying that you never shut the government down for policy on a continuing resolution. You know, like, so you know that, but you won't call that out. You'll sit there and say, oh, no, Donald Trump, bad. You know, you won't say that. They care so much about our healthcare that Obama created this policy that's so expensive that people can't afford it. But yet you'll call it a Republican healthcare crisis. The Republicans didn't even want to pass the bill to begin with.
Okay, so the ACA didn't make healthcare expensive in this country. Healthcare was already expensive in this country. The ACA makes it less expensive specifically for people because it provides subsidies for people specifically to be able to reduce their premiums, reduce the cost of healthcare for themselves, right? For for millions of Americans, okay? I just want to make that clear. And I think that should be extended to every single American in this country. I believe in a universal healthcare system.
I'm just going to say a few things. Here's my thing. I get that, but I did my friend's taxes, a lot of them, when they didn't have insurance. And they had to pay $850 out of their taxes because they couldn't afford to still pay for the insurance that they had to get. And still they got their tax money taken. Trump ended that. But see, there were certain things but it's just sometimes like you guys are good debaters, man. Like I'm not knocking you guys. I respect your hustle. You know, I get it. But it's like, there's a lot of things I hear, man. And it's like people just skip over. Like, you guys, everyone's
in order to get these systems, you have to tax. No one's disputing that, but we're saying that the tax imposed specifically in terms of a cost upon the average American will be less than what exists specifically in terms of our private healthcare model right now. Because right now, costs are insane. Costs are inflated.
That's true.
Countries around the world spend half as much per individual as we do in this country, yet they have better average health outcomes. So I think that we should take a different approach than to what we have currently been doing and what we've historically done. And I think that would be better for the average American. And especially because the fact that there are over 130 million Americans that have medical debt and many are struggling with it. right? And we can point to the fact
And that's true.
Go ahead.
Those are all great points, bro. But this wasn't for that. This was to keep the lights on. And we all know that the reason why this was done was because Chuck Schumer was under pressure from AOC and that side of your party that was pissed off. And Chuck Schumer's afraid that AOC's coming for his seat because anybody with eyes can see she is coming for his seat.
As she should.
And, you know, and she also made the quiet part out loud when she said that there's younger voters now and basically telling the Democrats to kick rocks, that they're done with being in power. So, you know, but there's just some things like I hear you guys say, and it's like it's like there's true, but you know, Charlie used to do it too, and I used to say that about him too. Like there's nuances that all you guys leave out. It's like
What nuances
it's like
do
you
leave out
guys
specifically.
Well, I'm sorry, I have ADHD, so I really did have a lot planned in my head. So just bear with me, please. I'm not trying to be a what's the word? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to like really.
You're okay. Don't worry.
I'm not. Like I said, I don't dislike you guys. It's just that sometimes, like for instance, like I respected you, Dean, when Charlie passed, and you were very upset. And you know, you said your stuff to your. No, I did. Even though for years you guys called them all kinds of
I'm gonna be like so fucking through with you, okay? Right? So like the reason why I was upset, and this has become more clear to me as time has moved on, is because I was terrified that could happen to me. And one of my biggest regrets, right? Like in like my whole streaming career, was the reaction that I gave to Charlie Kirk's passing on live. I think that we should just give it a break, stop talking about it, right? Like, it's a regret of mine. I think I misstepped, did a lot of, like, weird shit. And on top
Why
of that,
would
like,
you
it's
say
just
that?
like,
You regret that you felt compassion for somebody who was unalive in front of this 3-year-old kid?
I regret crying on live because of how fucking terrified I was that could happen to me. That then led to like millions of people on the right being like, oh, got it. So now Dean loves the rapist. Now Dean could be a conservative and, you know, hate the poor too. And then like a bunch of people on the left being,
here's an example.
well, he's actually just like a Nazi sympathizer, dude.
You gave a good example.
I hear these things like every single day, dude. Literally just the other day, I had some leftists like walk up to me in person and call me a Nazi fucking sympathizer for that. Just the other day.
Okay, so what? So that's what I'm trying to say. Why would you stand up for people like that?
I'm a traditional conservative, and you know, like I probably hate poor people, but dude, I love you because of the reaction that you gave. Like I'm just like, bro, like holy shit. I just think it's time we move on.
No,
like,
but Dean, what I'm
hate
saying
to be that
is,
guy,
why
you know,
would
like,
you
let's
wanna
focus
be-
on the current, right?
I
Charlie
got you.
Kirk was a podcaster. I disagree with political violence, but bro, come on.
He was a little more than a podcaster,
I
See what I'm
completely
saying?
disagree with political violence, but like I think there's more like pressing things to be talking about today, right? Like the 10 million Americans that lost healthcare, the 42 million Americans that have gone without food stamps, or the continuing lies that the right and Trump have perpetuated about the basis of inflation in this country, saying that we already have affordability predicated on the lie that Walmart's meal costs less. Let's talk about other things, man.
They all lie, bro. Come on. Let's be honest, right? They all lie. Trump lies. I mean, listen, I wish Trump... The thing is, I noticed about this second time around, the first time around, he really couldn't keep his mouth shut. So you guys knew every step of the way what he was doing. This time around, he learned to keep his mouth shut and just do it. You know? But my thing is like, it is true. If that guy... All right, for instance, right? The National Guard in Washington, right? The residents there are happy. They're like, yo, we can walk down the street again. Like, we cannot have to worry about 400 bodies a year. We can actually walk down our blocks. And here
DC?
come these people. Let me finish.
Are you talking about in DC?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not true.
No, I've seen now I haven't seen them with my own eyes. I haven't seen the interviews, and I haven't seen people saying that they're happy about it.
I'm personally friends with a lot of people that live in DC. Last time I was out there, I talked to many of the residents, including local security, right, in plazas, like down on the wharf, for instance. And the consensus is clear. It's clear that there's actually significantly less individuals going outside because they're kind of scared of the National Guard. Plus, like, I even talked to a lot of the National Guard members that were down there, and I was like, well, like, you can't make arrests. You're not law enforcement, so what are you here to do? And they were like, just kind of walk around. Like they're not actually doing anything because they can't do it.
Right, they're a deterrent.
Deterrent for what?
Bro, I don't see. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know.
The most they could do is call the cops if they see.
Listen, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I lived in Brooklyn. I've lived in some of the worst neighborhoods, dude. And I don't know, man. Like, there's some bad stuff that goes on. And obviously the mayors aren't doing anything about it, and neither are the police. So if that's not happening,
he wants you want a constant police force that just goes around and not even actually can operate as a police, just can call police.
I don't want a military state. No, I don't. I don't like that he's doing that. I'm not a fan of that at all.
Okay, so
DC, he has a right to do that, because what I'm trying to say is, like, no matter what he does, if he cured cancer, y'all would be like, who is he to do that? It's my body if I want to unalive. It's like people just hate him. They can give him no credit. I just seen CNBC, who hates NBC hates the Republicans.
Dude,
obviously,
why do conservatives just make up like random scenarios that aren't even real just to get mad about, like, of what conservatives would think? I mean, what liberals would think. Like, it's actually nuts. It's actually nuts. Like, you just made up a whole new scenario, a whole new thing that didn't even happen, of a random liberal that you just got mad at that no one even said.
Obama ordered Dijon mustard on a hamburger, and Fox News lost their shit for 3 weeks. Donald Trump rapes Eugene Carroll, and Fox News supports.
Now see, there we go, right there. First of all, the judge in the case said clearly no grape happened here.
No,
and
actually,
yet,
that's not.
and yet,
the judge clarified. In fact, the judge clarified that it was rape.
Really?
Yes.
So it was. So if it was grape, then how come all these networks, because of calling him that, had to pay all that money for defamation?
Not true. Actually, not true. There was not a single news network that was held liable for calling him a rapist and then forced to give him money. You're talking about ABC News, who settled with him outside of court because they didn't want to expose their internal dialogues for calling him a rape. Internal dialogues in Discovery period. By the way, ABC is spineless for that. But Eugene Carroll actually did win a countersuit because she called him a rapist online.
Yeah, but Eugene Carroll also said 27 other people did that to her.
Name she 7 of them.
The guy's a billionaire playboy.
Wait. You just said that she's accused. Wait. You just said that she's accused 27 people. Name 3.
I don't know the other ones.
Okay.
I just know that she's made accusations.
Now there are over 26 different people that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct. Now, do you think every single one of them are lying?
Do I think they're all lying? I don't know.
Every single one. Yeah, is lying.
Maybe not. He was a billionaire playboy.
Maybe not. Okay, so then if there's at least
life.
one of them telling the truth, then you would say that's enough reason.
But we
to not
don't
support
know
him, right?
that because it didn't go.
What do you mean you don't know that?
Law.
What is the probability of every single one of them lying? I think this is one of the best pieces of evidence because it indicates that based on like a 99% likelihood of this being true, that Donald Trump is guilty, because at least one of these cases would indicate that he was guilty.
Yeah, but
if there's 26 plus different people that have indicated this, the likelihood of them all lying is incredibly false. Again, given that there's literally no particular indication that people are like coordinated in any particular way in terms of the accusations.
And what about the
that would
victim?
be meaningful enough to specifically suggest like some sort of collusion.
Like,
okay, do you hold that same evidence then? Hold on, do you hold that same standard?
Why haven't 26 women accused Biden of rape? Why haven't
his own daughter accused him of getting in the shower with her?
Bill Clinton of rape? Why haven't 26 women, right, accused any other man, right, billionaire or broke, that we'd point towards as a good person of rape?
Well, I don't know. Or if they did, would they even announce it? I mean, Fox News maybe would. Newsmax maybe. There's 2 news stations that are conservative, and the rest are all definitely left.
What are they?
CNN and Newsmax. And Sky News, I think.
CNN's conservative?
I think, no. Hell no.
Isn't that what you just said?
No, I said there's only 2 news stations that are conservative.
You
Fox.
accidentally said CNN.
Oh, did I meant to say Fox and Sky News? I'm sorry if I said CNN on accident.
Fox and Sky News now?
No, Sky News. Yeah, they're definitely.
So what about Newsmax? What about Newsmax?
And Newsmax. Those 3 are the ones I know of.
What about the New York Post?
Yeah.
Okay, one newspaper, and then you have against the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Atlantic, the Guardian, I mean, I can go on. I mean, they say what is it like 75% or something or more of the of the media
what about
is registered
OAN?
Democrat.
Wait, what about OAN?
I don't know. I don't watch them. I don't know.
You're also only talking about legacy news, right? The largest news platform that's not legacy, right? It's larger than legacy would be X. Who's X owned by?
Well, X is owned by Elon Musk right now.
Right.
Well, that's another thing I'm against. Elon Musk getting $1 trillion is going to be crazy.
Dude, that's fucking nuts. I'm so
That's
glad
insane.
we can agree on that. Dude, that is so insane.
And listen,
Can we
all
agree
for-
here that trillionaires shouldn't exist?
Yeah, can we agree?
Like, I think
we can agree on that.
I think it gets to a point, right? Like, why
I mean,
does
it
someone
gets to-
need
well,
access
first of
to
all,
$1 trillion?
I think Elon Musk is
That's
like a bond
diabolical. Can you even? I
Elon
can't
Musk
even
is a bond
fathom $1
villain.
trillion.
He's a Bond villain, that guy. He's definitely. I mean, AI is crazy already. I mean, I don't know. That's a whole other subject. But my thing is, like, I just feel like everybody. It's, for instance, like the ballroom, right? Everybody. Oh no, but wait. Let's go back to something because before my ADD forgets it, which it almost did already.
Oh wait, fuck! Everyone's exposing me for being a trillionaire myself. Fuck. Oh shit! Everyone, no.
I'm a trillionaire.
No. I get
Actually,
to keep
I
my
have
trillions.
like 263 trillion in my game.
I'm actually I'm actually keeping all of my trillions, and everyone else is losing theirs. Okay, it's only me. Only Parker get a job gets trillions. Okay.
No, listen. I understand that on both sides. That's why I'm in the middle because I understand both sides have stuff going on, and it's very confusing. Which is why, in my belief system, in my worldview, which I am Christian, in my worldview, the political system we have is of the enemy.
I have a question. Wait, do you think Donald Trump is more Christian than Kamala Harris?
Well, when the person said Jesus' name and Kamala Harris, she told them that they're at the wrong convention. Kamala Harris.
She was not
Kamala.
referencing specifically because of that. She's Christian herself. I do just want to mention specifically Donald Trump himself has said that he's never asked God for forgiveness. Did you know that?
I know that.
And how do you feel about him saying that he's probably not going to... How do you feel about the fact that he said he's probably not going to make it to heaven?
I don't think he's Christian. So I'm not a Christian nationalism to me is just as heresy as just as much heresy as progressive Christianity. So it makes no sense. God is the same yesterday,
I'm sorry.
today, and forever.
Why is progressive Christianity heresy, but not your position?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because the word itself says that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if he is the same God from the beginning
I have a
to
question.
the end, how do you progress
in
into something different?
1 Samuel 15:3, God commands Saul and his men to slaughter the men, women, children, and infants of Amalek. I have a question. If you were one of Saul's men, would you have slaughtered the men, women, and children and infants of Amalek?
You would have to talk to the Jews. You would have to talk to the Jews about that. See what I'm saying?
I'm asking you because you
I
said
don't
at
live
all
by-
points
I
in
don't live
time
in the Old
that God is the
Covenant.
same.
I
You
don't
said
live
at
in the
all
Old
points in time
Covenant.
God is the same. That's your God in the Old Testament. Can you answer the question?
Right, but I am not in that covenant. You're not going to be able to
I'm
use
asking
the Bible?
if you were in that time period and you were one of Saul's men, would you have slaughtered the men, women, children, and infants of Amalek because God commanded you?
I would have had to, yes.
Why don't you just say that you wouldn't have done it and then you'd be judged? Honestly,
No,
if I was
I would-
if I was
here's my
a Christian,
thing.
listen, if I was a Christian, that'd be my response to this question. It's
You
like,
guys have.
I personally
you guys
wouldn't have done
listen,
it,
You guys
and like
have
I
this
might
real
be
bad
judged for
habit.
that, but that'd be between me and God.
You guys have that real bad habit of taking things from another time period and comparing them to how things are now.
Dude, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
you're looking
You just
something
said
from 20 years
because
ago.
you just said because something told you to slaughter men, women, children, and infants, you'd do it. You don't even. How do you even verify if that was God? Wouldn't the fruits indicate that's not?
Well, that's a different covenant. That's a whole different. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that was before Christ. I am not a part of the Mosaic covenant. I am not an Israelite. I was not at Mount Sinai.
We were opposing a hypothetical.
I'm sorry.
and you said-
I'm
we
Mount
were opposing a
Sinai.
hypothetical, and you said in the hypothetical you'd commit genocide. So it's like,
If I, it's not. That's what I'm trying to say.
what do you mean
It
that's
is
not
a
genocide?
different time period. Let me ask you a question.
Genocide
right?
isn't not genocide just because it's in a different time period. What are you talking about?
Because it's different. Like at that time,
Wow.
that's what people were doing. It wasn't a right. I'm not saying it was
Wait,
right.
I'm sorry. Are you
It's like
saying? Wait,
it's
I'm
like
sorry.
when you people now say- hold
genocide
on. It's
happens
like when
right
you
now,
people-
right? You know, genocide happens right now, right?
Right, I know
Like,
it does.
in the modern era.
Absolutely.
So,
Like I know how like you guys were screaming for Gaza, but you had nothing to say for Nigeria and the Christians being G-sided there. But that we won't get into all that. We'll just. I'm just saying. We'll because it's funny because there was a lot of G-sides going on in that region, and it was crickets over here. But as soon as the Jews were involved, you know. But it's okay though. I'm all right.
I'm sorry.
That. You know why?
That's a disingenuous talking point because not only have we specifically talked about, for example, like even Sudan, right? We've talked about plenty of the genocides specifically that are happening.
Well, I'm not
in the
talking about
Congo
you
as well,
specifically.
right? So
I'm not talking about you guys.
Then why are you arguing it?
I'm talking about your side.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about I'm talking about the Democrats. I'm talking about the people that were screaming "Free Gaza."
I'm sorry, why are you making
had,
some random point that's irrelevant to this conversation then?
Because you guys represent a side that believes
I would
this
say,
way.
I'd say that there's like a very small portion of the left, like incredibly small, that's like kind of a hypocrite on this point. But it's like usually with like Ukraine, right? But like it's an incredibly small portion of the left, and I wouldn't say that this is like a general statement that's true of most people.
Bro, a lot of the left, and like I said, not you guys. I mean, I know a lot of guys accuse you of this.
A lot of the left.
A lot of guys accuse you of this, and I'll be honest with you. I have watched some of y'all debates. I haven't watched enough time, but I'm not going to judge what other people say. People speak in anger, and then they try to say it was right for wrong for you guys to say about someone else. I'm not getting into all that.
Oh
my thing is, No, I'm saying that. I don't care what other people think about you.
Trump just pardoned Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman.
That's fucking nuts. I just got that text too.
You know what's nuts?
I'm sorry. What do you defend that? Do you defend him pardoning Rudy Giuliani?
No, just like I didn't respect Biden or his auto pen pardoning his son, not just for the petty stuff
he
got in
pardoned
trouble
alternate
for.
electors. By the way, that's what he's
But let me
specifically going
finish.
after. He's going after people that were involved in his conspiracies, right? You know what's crazy?
Yeah, but like, how
he's
could
probably
you
going to have the same
justify-
people try to do it again.
But how could you justify, right?
Actually,
Listen,
I can't
how
make a
could
claim
you
like that. I don't know.
justify-
Like that's just a crazy thing to do.
How can you justify, like Obama, for instance, getting on stage and saying that Trump is weaponizing the Justice Department?
Okay, listen.
They literally.
Parker,
hold on,
I'm
let
gonna
me
head
finish.
off. No, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna head off so I can make a video about this. I really appreciate you so much for letting me up tonight.
Of course, man. It was good having you on.
Can I finish talking to you? One of you
everybody
guys?
watching, I love you guys. All right,
Hey,
thank you so much.
you're
Love
sick, right?
guys.
You
Bye.
said?
Yeah, he's
Hope
sick,
you feel better, bro.
Thanks, man.
Hope you feel better, seriously. But seriously, what I'm saying is, like, the hypocrisy on both sides is just
Okay, so
crazy. to me.
let's talk about this.
Do you agree with me on that?
I agree. There's hypocrisy
Like-
on both sides. Sure. Like I don't know what the point is we're getting from that. Like
Because what I'm saying is, I just watched Obama give a speech
hypocrisy
the
on
other
both sides
day.
here.
Because I just watched Obama give a speech the other day talking about Trump is weaponizing the Justice Department after literally since 2016. I've watched them come after him on false claim
What do you
after
mean,
false
Ben?
claim after
on what
false
position?
claim.
On what position?
The Russia
false?
collusion.
Wait, that's an investigation. They have the right to investigate, right?
Right. Did they have the right to spy on his campaign and come up with a false dossier?
So you're saying that they committed some sort of criminal offense? Is that what you're arguing?
That's what they're searching into, isn't it?
Wait, okay, so then what investigation has led to the conclusion that that's true?
They're investigating it right now, and we will know.
So they're currently investigating it. They haven't identified that. So why'd you?
Well,
claim that it was
actually, they
true?
did identify the Steele dossier as being false.
No, but was that created by Democrats? Right?
Yes.
Specifically, which Democrats?
It was the Dirty 50. It was the Senate, the ones that voted for it, and who was it that came
The
up
ones
with it?
that
Wasn't it
voted.
like Adam Schiff and them that came up with it?
Okay, so like, are you saying because a few Democrats did that, that'd be representative of the entire party? Say that you indicated that to
No,
be true.
it's
from
like
your
cops,
perspective.
right? Like, you know how people will say, no, but there's good cops. Yeah, but are they good cops if they watch what the bad cops are doing and they just sit back and shut up about it? So if these other Democrats
if
can't
cops
control
are
their own
specifically
party,
like allowing other cops to commit crime, yes, they're doing something wrong in that circumstance.
right? And
I'm
if you're
confused what
allowing
saying
your
there.
party
no.
to do that, you're doing something wrong.
Well, so you're saying if there is someone in our party doing this, then we're held accountable for that. Okay, so there's the KKK, a part of the Republican Party. They also have the January 6th violent rioters who beat police officers.
Well, the KKK
right?
is part of the Democratic Party. Let's get it
no,
right.
that's actually a part of the Republican Party. They voted for Trump. Who do you think they voted for, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump?
It does.
Who do they vote for? Answer the question.
I'm sure they voted for Trump.
Oh, okay. So then why are you making that argument? They're on your side, so you're held accountable, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So then just because they're on
But
your
they're
side
not
doesn't mean
in
you're...
public
So just because they're on your side doesn't mean you're held accountable,
I'm talking
right?
about people elected in office. I'm talking about other congressmen. I'm talking about other senators. I'm talking about people who are elected that are allowing it to go on, not regular everyday Democrats. What power do you really have besides your voice?
So like the state senators that were involved specifically in the Republican group chat that were talking about like literally gas chambers and were using
Well, there were no
slurs,
senators in there?
There were state senators. Yes, there were. A state senator from Maine.
There were. Well, then if that was the case, then he should be in trouble the same way. Yeah,
okay,
but then
those
again,
are Republicans. That's a Republican. So
at
then
the
you said
same
that's
time-
representative of the entire party, right?
No, it's representative of those people, right? But that's
it was
not
Vermont.
public
Actually,
policy.
I apologize. I
Again,
remember it was Vermont. I'm wrong. It was not Maine. It was Vermont.
That's not public policy, though, man. That didn't lead to taxpayers funding a 3-year investigation. You guys, well, not you guys.
Wait. You understand that Donald Trump called for investigations on Hillary Clinton and called for her specifically to be imprisoned and under indictment?
What Trump did was
he ran on Lock Her Up. Do you remember that?
Right.
You remember that?
He did that, and guess what? When he got in, he never went after her.
Oh,
He
okay.
never went out. Matter of fact, he stood up for her daughter at the wedding.
So then he doesn't even
come
uphold
on.
what he says he's going to do. So he's just
It
all
was-
talk and no game.
He did what all normal politicians do. He's not a politician.
Oh,
he did
okay.
that.
So then
but
why are you acting like he's so great
Why
if it
are
is the
you
case
not
that he just does
condemning-
exactly
why
what
are
normal
you not
politicians
condemning
do?
The Democrats.
Wait, if he does
for
exactly
going
what
after
normal
him,
politicians do, then why do you accept him?
Why are you? I said he's doing things different though.
Oh, and well,
Like
I thought you just
when
said it
you
was just
can't
like the
put-
common Democrat or just like the common politician. Sorry.
Yeah, when you talk about campaigning, but actually he's doing everything he campaigned on.
Oh, really? You
Except
just
for
said he
the
didn't do what he
E-files.
campaigned on. Okay, so I have
Except
a
for the
question.
E-files.
Oh, so he didn't do the Epstein files. Did he lower grocery prices? Did he lower gas prices?
Gas prices are extremely low. They're $2.48 in
No, gas
Kentucky.
prices are actually still more expensive since Trump got in office.
Really? Because they're
Yes.
$2.48 in Kentucky, $2.78
No, if you look at
here
the
in
national
Delaware.
average, it's up since Trump got in office in January.
That's so not true.
It is true.
All right. Okay. Like I said, like I know you have all your stuff there. I'm not even. I'm doing this in front of
My
out of
stuff
my
there,
mind.
I'm not.
so-
I don't have anything. I'm literally just off the top of my head. That's what I was responding.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
also
do this-
elevated.
you do
I'm
this
literally elevated, dude.
constantly.
I'm elevated right now. I'm off of a few blinkers, bro.
Oh, those blinkers are good, huh? I actually want to buy them. Or do they really work? Be honest, they really work.
Of course they work. They work amazing, incredible, fantastic
Good.
for me. Not everyone, health risks involved.
Yeah, but for instance, like, why do you guys why isn't that people, and you guys do it too? Why is it that people call out the Democrats, they'll call out the Republicans? The Republicans do it too. It's like, for instance, let me give the prime example I can give. I'm not a great speaker like you, but I'll say it like this. When Obama, and then this is something I'm calling the Republicans out on. When Obama tried to push a Supreme Court justice in, and it was an election year, the Democrats blocked it, right? I mean, the Republicans blocked it, right?
Well,
But when Trump went to do it, but when Trump went to do it, right when Obama was leaving office, he went to put in the Supreme Court justice. That was his
Yeah, and they
attorney
didn't let
general.
him do it because
Right,
it was
exactly.
they considered him a lame duck president, and then literally Trump within
Right.
even a
Let
shorter
me get
period of
into it.
time
Let
was
me
able to
build
do
it. I know this is against the Republicans. I'm telling you what I'm
It's
saying. I
because
get it. Listen.
Wait, so your own party is insane, and now you're defending that?
No, I'm saying that the Democrats said that they wouldn't let the Democrats do it, right? And then the Republicans did it, and the Democrats were mad they did it, right? And they'll do the same thing. The Democrats will do something, that the Republicans say they're not supposed to do it. The Republicans
But
will do something.
it was in a lesser period of time. So the one that was being hypocritical was specifically the Republicans, not the Democrats there.
In that part, yes. That's why I'm calling them out.
So
I
can
just
you
said
give me
I'm
any
calling out the Republicans.
Okay. All right.
The
I don't know why
Democrats?
you brought that up if it was worse.
The Democrats are, the Democrats are, look at what the Democrats just did with the shutdown. I can show you a video right now. I don't really know how to do that, but I can show you the video. I'm sure you've seen it of them asking Hakeem Jeffries, well, you keep calling it a Republican shutdown, but here you guys go. And here's Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi.
Well, actually, Trump has literally said in the past that the government shutdown and them not getting together specifically was a fault of the president. So
He
Trump,
did say that.
blame him. Yeah, blame
He
him.
did say that. But this was a spiteful thing, bro. And they were willing to let people
No, it was
start. They
it was
could've
Republicans.
turned
It was Republicans that specifically wanted Democrats to conform. They weren't even engaging in negotiation.
Why? Because you don't negotiate in a clean resolution. It came out of the Democrats' own mouth.
Oh my God! I left this on the screen the whole time. Oh my gosh!
Hakeem Jeffries, literally, there's nothing on the screen besides why do you support Trump?
It was on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Oh, sorry. Like literally, like the Hakeem Jeffries' face was priceless because this was not like Fox News. This was like CNBC or MSNBC, and you know how much they hate Trump, and they called him out, and like even he said like you never shut the government down on a continuing resolution. That's not there to pass and negotiate policies. And when the Republicans in 2013 tried to do the same thing the Democrats just did, they would not negotiate until the Republicans opened the government. Then they negotiated. So they know the game, bro. They know that they weren't supposed to do this.
The last time this happened was in 2018 under the Trump
No,
administration.
not the shutdown.
Under Trump, there's been 2 different government shutdowns.
Not the shutdown. I'm talking about a situation with like where the Republicans did what the Democrats just did, where they knew they were
shutdown.
Right, but they shut it down during a continuing resolution for.
Okay, so then it was a shutdown.
Policy.
What was the last shutdown? It was under the Trump administration. There have been 2 shutdowns under the Trump administration. You can't even point.
And there was one under Obama. And there was one under Obama.
Biden? Was there one under Biden?
No, there wasn't. But Biden, come on, bro. If you don't know by now, Biden was always a centrist, dude. He was always, there's videos of him right up until he got elected saying they don't support gay marriage. They don't support this.
That's something I critique specifically of Democrats at the time. Now, they specifically, when in getting into office, specifically did uphold gay marriage, right, and established it in the context of the law, but they ran against it. Yeah, and that's a critique that I posit against Democrats historically. You act like I don't critique my own party.
No, I know you do.
Republicans in 2016 were saying that they don't support gay marriage.
Do you think most of the Democratic Party does what you do? Because most of them live in an echo chamber.
Do I think most of the Democratic Party does what I do?
Where you're honest, where you say that you go, where you'll put your party in your place?
I do think most Democrats are honest, yeah.
You think that most Democrats go against their leadership?
I said most Democrats are honest. Like I'm talking about people.
Well, listen, I have no problem with liberals. I have no problem with like Bill Maher liberals that are classic liberals, free speech, do what you want as an adult, all that stuff. I'm okay with that. But when you start going too far to the left and trying to play...
What's too far to the left? Tell me.
Too far to the left is when you start trying to control the words that come out of my mouth.
Like Trump?
Trump doesn't control it. Come on.
Yeah, he does.
Bro.
Yeah, he literally said, one, if he could make TikTok 100% MAGA, he would. Secondly, he specifically, literally,
he passed
an executive order saying that they're going to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag, which is a violation of the First Amendment because that's symbolic.
Did he do it?
There's been that. Yes, he passed that executive order. There's also been.
Did he do it though? Did he arrest anybody for it?
You understand? He passed a law. It'd be unconstitutional specifically.
Not a law.
That
it's a piece of toilet paper. It's not a law.
Okay, so then why would he do it? You understand that's still specifically going to be a violation, right?
Well, I think a lot of times he does stuff to troll you guys. I really do, which is stupid and immature.
So you think it's okay for him to be trolling with your First Amendment right?
Do you think it's okay for people to try to bankrupt his whole family, try to put him away for 700 years, try to take his life twice, call him and compare him to Mustache Man and fascists for years?
That was J.D. Vance. That was actually J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance.
He said it one time. He said it one time. Stop it.
J.D. Vance did that.
Stop it. He said it one
that was
time.
actually from your vice
bro.
president, right? Actually, your vice
It's like-
president
it's
was
like
the
you
one
guys-
comparing him to Hitler. So if you're saying that like people specifically who do that should be held accountable by the law, well then JD Vance
I
must
didn't say
also
anyone
get
should be
that.
held accountable by the law. We have free speech. I'm
Oh,
saying
wait,
that
if you believe it,
doing that is
Wait,
foul.
you believe in free speech? Okay, then here's my question then. If you believe in free speech, then how do you feel about the fact that Donald Trump's administration has been violating people's free speech? Specifically, Mahmoud Khalil was detained for over 100 days without due process for saying free Palestine. That is a violation of free speech.
If you're here on a visa, and wait a minute, because just remember one thing. Not everything is extended to everybody. You are on a green card. Your green card could be taken at any time.
Wait, I'm sorry, for freedom of speech?
No, you're literally.
Oh, okay. So freedom of speech. So then, if it's not based upon you're going to take someone's freedom of speech because of that. Well, then explain to me why you think it's justified for the Trump administration to do that after you just paraded about how you believe in free speech.
Like I just said, the guy's not even a citizen of this country.
A legal permanent resident.
Yeah, but
you don't think that legal permanent residents have free speech?
If he's on a green card, yeah, they have free speech.
Legal permanent resident.
I think that was too far. I think it was a little overreaching. I'm not gonna lie, that was overreaching.
Okay.
But,
that was overreaching. Not gonna lie. Wait, can you give me one example? Give me one example. Right now, give me one example of Democrats engaging a specific policy to restrict your free speech.
To restrict your free speech?
Yes.
How about pressuring social media companies to censor conservatives or to push down
using
things?
the law. That's just saying that they should specifically not particular.
No, now see what you're doing? Come on, bro.
Wait. I'm sorry. There was
So
no
the feds
legal
walk in Mark
consequence.
Zuckerberg's office.
Wait, if there's no legal consequence, that's not.
He literally
restricting free speech.
said
Listen,
he felt like
listen.
he had no choice but to do it.
Wait,
With the laptop,
that
to
could be
suppress the
for
laptop.
various reasons, even social influences. That's not specifically only because of the Biden administration. The Biden administration did not impose any particular legal enforcement for any of these things. The Biden administration telling them that they should take down COVID misinformation to save lives is totally within their rights. That is not violating free speech because it is not legally enforcing. You're not listening. You're not listening. It is not legally enforcing a restriction on their speech. It is just saying that they should not do something. Saying something is within your rights as an American citizen. That's their free speech.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the government's not supposed to pressure a private company onto what to and to not censor.
Wait, to say something is totally okay. That's actually within their rights. Totally okay. That's literally just Biden and people in the administration saying these things that they believe. Right? That's within their rights to do that. That's free speech.
Is, I guess, huh?
What?
You don't know what intimidation is, huh?
There was no
Mark Zuckerberg
intimidation.
said he
If there was
in
no
fear.
enforcement, there's no intimidation. What fear was he in? Please tell me. Get a grip, dude. You think Mark Zuckerberg was in fear
He
of
said-
any? You think he was in fear for his life or something?
No, not his life, bro. Come on, I didn't say anything about his life. You think people just fear their life? What about their business? What about being the IRS auditing you when you know you may not have your books to
Audit
be
you for
perfect?
like crimes that are not paying your taxes or something?
Yeah, but you're not getting what I'm saying.
You have that
They're
risk
not doing
regardless.
it.
I'm sorry, you have that risk
But-
regardless.
Yeah, but they're doing it because you're not getting what I'm saying. It's like me coming to your store in the old days, and I'm a gangster in New York where I used
The
to live. and I'm
IRS
coming
can
to the store.
audit you at any point in time. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
I know,
That's
but
how
listen,
the
that's like
IRS
me coming to you and
operates.
saying, "Hey, listen." That's like me coming to you saying, "Listen, you need to pay us. We're a protection agency in this neighborhood, and
Yes,
you know,
I'm sorry. You have to
otherwise
pay your
windows are
taxes. I'm
gonna
sorry.
get
Do you
broken."
do you not want to pay taxes or something? Is it like you have an issue with paying taxes? Are you
Well,
really
the-
comparing the federal government and collecting taxes to the mafia?
No, I'm saying that they should be doing the audit because it's time to audit. They shouldn't be using the audit as
agree
a
with
way
doing
to get them to suppress somebody's something. That's my point.
Wait, can you give
And
me a
you know
source
what
that they
I'm
did that?
trying
Give me
to
a source
say.
that they did that. Give me a single
Yes,
media source that reported
Zuckerberg
on
said
that.
it literally in
Zuckerberg
Congress.
did not say that they enforced that at all. That's ridiculous.
No, I
Give
didn't
me a
say-
single source.
Using something as intimidation is not
No, give me
enforcing
any
it.
evidence that they used something as intimidation. He never claimed a use of intimidation. That would have been said by every conservative content creator
They
if
did
that were
say
true.
it.
Give me a single article that indicates that to be true, because that would be the Republican talking point from the fucking top of skyscrapers, on Fox News, on Newsmax, on every fucking media
They were
source, on
saying
Twitter,
it the whole
everywhere
time.
around social media. If that were actually true,
Come
that's
on,
not
bro.
actually
They've been
true.
saying it the whole time.
What are you talking about?
That conservatives were being censored from social media during the Biden era. That the White House
was a claim, but the specific one you're making is not true.
Every single day they said that. What I'm trying to get at is you're acting like I'm saying
censored. Those were claims that were false.
But what I'm trying to tell you is intimidation is like saying
there was no evidence of intimidation. I'll give you time to find a source. Wait, pause. I'll give you time to find a source. If you're going to keep claiming this over and over again, I'll give you time to find a source.
The Congress case.
What Congress case?
What he said. When he spoke in front of the committee, and he said that the FBI came to his office and told him that it was Russian misinformation and he was not to put it up. Or
they did not say that he couldn't do it. A recommendation is totally within their rights.
But you're not getting what I'm saying, man.
I'm sorry. You don't think that people in the government can recommend things? I'm sorry. It's within their free speech to recommend things. That's not restricting your fucking legal right to say things or do things.
I'm gonna use a movie reference. You ever see Snatch?
What
I know
is
you've
this
seen Snatch. I'm gonna use a movie reference. You ever see Snatch?
No.
Remember when they went to get the character? You never see Snatch with Brad Pitt, and then when Jason Statham.
No.
With the diamond. Well, anyway, he brings a really, really huge, like 6'5", 300-pound dude with him, right? And they give him a caravan that's broke. And when he gets out the car, he tells him, "Well, nobody brings a guy that big without trying to say something." You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't come there with the FBI into this man's office if you're not saying something. You don't have to say it to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like saying.
What are you talking about, dude? There was no legal enforcement.
Oh my God! Have you lived real life?
I'm sorry. There was no legal enforcement. I'm 23 years old. Have you lived life?
So, do you have life experience?
Yes, I'm living right now. I've experienced dealing with.
So, do you understand? If I was to come to your house right now, right, and I came with some scary-looking dudes to your house, right, just to talk to you, and they're standing there looking at you all crazy, right? And I'm telling you, listen, this is what you're going to do.
If I'm a leader of a fucking social media company,
let me finish.
Right, and I'm Mark Zuckerberg, and the federal government comes to me, and they don't give me any type of enforcement mechanism, I would not feel obligated specifically to uphold that by a restriction of my freedom of speech.
You have no life experience. What I'm saying is, if I came to your house and I was like, look, you could do what you want, man. You know that. But I recommend you don't say this anymore on your live. Because, it could not, things could get bad from doing it. You shouldn't do that. You have free speech. You do what you want. And you got these two guys in the back looking at you like knowing that if you do it without being spoken, without threatening, I'm going to mess you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy might not have his books in order.
There's no basis
like I said,
specifically for this at all. You're going to keep repeating the same claim.
Because you're trying to say, like, they're going to come out and say, if you don't do this, we're going to punish you. And they know that's illegal. They're not going to do that. But they can tell you, we suggest strongly that you don't do it. And then if you do do it, next thing you know, you're being audited. That's not because they're doing their job. That's called coercion. That's called doing something because that's called corruption and coercion. That's all I'm saying. I'm just giving an example. I don't mean to bring it around. Like I said, I'm not a professional.
Coercion includes a force or a threat. Was there any force or a threat involved?
It was an implement. It was implied.
No, it was a recommendation. If you think recommendations are coercion, I'm sorry, but you're fucking stupid. Genuinely. Like, that is ridiculous for you to say that. No person in their right mind thinks that I am coercing them specifically to believe what I have to say right now, because I'm simply recommending they believe
Because you're not the federal government coming into a company telling them that something's a lie when they know it's not a lie.
The federal government can't recommend things?
Hold on.
You think the federal government recommending you get vaccinated is taking your freedom of choice to get vaccinated away from you?
No, saying that you'll lose your job if you don't do it is.
Wait, that didn't happen for the average American. If you work in a federal fucking job, yeah. But if you're an average American, no.
Doctors, nurses.
And that was a vaccine or test, by the way. If you're a doctor, yes. If you're a doctor, you have to get vaccinated. There's nothing fucking different. Every fucking doctor knows that. You get vaccinated for practically everything in the fucking book if you're a doctor. You're going to be around people who are specifically at a high risk, in high severity, for all of these different types of implications, for all of those different types of illnesses. Absolutely, you need to be vaccinated. Not only do they need to be vaccinated, but their family needs to be vaccinated as well. I know this because my fucking dad's a doctor and my mom was a nurse, right? I understand that because literally you have to get vaccinated in these particular circumstances because it's pretty important when you're going to be around the house all the time.
And also,
right?
I just want to say,
you're going to be around people that are specifically working in medicine.
I am trying to build myself up to do a platform, so I do appreciate this, because even if I'm wrong and you tell me and I look everything up. So if you're right, you're right. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not one of those people that's just going to whatever. But the things I see, and I see the hypocrisy on both sides, and it's really sickening. Like, and I